HSBN Live is on the air. Welcome, everybody, to St. Thomas Aquinas High School for today's game between Chaminade Madonna and St. Thomas Aquinas. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jay Hayback, along with my broadcast partners, as usual. First, Mr. Justin Bresner. Justin, welcome.
Thanks, Jay. I'm just hoping this game is half as interesting as last night's was for us. Looking forward to a good one.
And we also have with us my other usual broadcaster partner, Mr. Christopher Famino. Christopher, welcome. Going to have action in about 20 minutes. We will have a pregame interview with Anthony Utariello, who is also here from HSBN, with both managers. For Chaminade Madonna, it'll be Dan Scott, and for St. Thomas Aquinas, it'll be Troy Cameron that will be in the interview. So let's show you some stats here. So let's first do the pitching stats for both teams, and we'll show. And there you have the batting stats for both teams. A huge discrepancy as St. Thomas with massive video game-like numbers. So we'll highlight Raheem Salmon. Raheem is 6'1", 180 pounds. He will be going to Stetson University, hitting .400 this season with 4 home runs and 20 RBIs. So there are our two pregame profiles, Nick Vera and Raheem Salmon for St. Thomas Aquinas. Tonight, of course, we feature, as always, our 3-camera setup. We have many broadcasts for you to go back and watch if you enjoy this one tonight, and we hope that you will. A full library on HSBN Live on YouTube.
How do I look? Look all right?
I don't know, man. You gonna have a beard off for it?
I definitely want that one. We're here with Troy Cameron, manager at St. Thomas, and Danny Scott, manager of Chaminade. Troy, we're going to start with you. You guys are coming off a state championship last year. You guys don't seem to be having much of a hangover this year. Talk about your team. Certainly this is a serious game, but you guys are friends. You guys known each other a while. Talk about the fun side of it and the rivalry end of today's game.
Well, we're great friends, you know, and the whole family, his mom, his dad, his brother, his sister. His mom's in Chicago, I believe, right now with his sister. So from day one for sure. So,
Troy, talk about the last couple games of the year. Your team's starting to get into playoff mode now. What are you looking to see from your team over these next couple games heading into the playoffs?
just doing the little things. You know, I think if we do the little things, take the outs when the other team gives us outs, and just play solid baseball, I think we have the cast to make another run. But you know, we've shown signs of not doing the little things at different points during the season. So we put it together here at the end. Continue to work on doing the little things and execute. We should have a good chance.
And Danny, from your side, what are you looking for now? You're far along in the process in this season, so what are you looking for in these last few games from your guys to let you know that they're kind of starting to get it?
Yeah, no doubt. We're definitely just got to stick to the approach. You know, we've talked about it, harped on it, game by game and practicing in and out. We just need to stick to the approach and really try to go out there and play our game of baseball, our brand of baseball.
All right, guys, that's it from down here. I'm going to send it back up to you guys. Coaches, good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Good luck.
All right. You can put.
Okay, as we tried to introduce our second broadcast partner earlier, Christopher Famino. Chris, welcome.
Hey, Jack. Great to be here. Today's newer engines run hotter, making them more vulnerable to carbon buildup, which could affect engine performance. Protect your engine with new Valvoline modern engine full synthetic, specially formulated. Great to be here, Jay. What a beautiful evening for baseball. St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders, Chaminade Madonna Lions. Interesting story about the game last night. Justin was telling me.
That was quite a game.
One hit.
Yep, one hit, and it was a bunt.
And it was a bunt. And erased on the next batter in a double play.
Right.
Stay in the game.
Right. That was Alexander Ayala with Rito Panthers. Pitched a gem of a game last night against the Chaminade Lions. He faced the minimum, absolutely.
21 batters.
Correct.
21 up, 21 down.
It was something to behold last night.
That's got to be great to see high school kids pitch an amazing game like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've done probably 40, 50 games now, and that was one of the best performances we've ever seen out of a pitcher at the high school level.
Not trying to. So what do we expect tonight from the Raiders?
We expect
More than one hit.
yeah, quite a few more than one hit.
They're looking to bounce back from last night.
I think this is going to be a one-sided affair today.
Yeah.
But we'll see. You never know. I mean, we have done some games where the unexpected has occurred. We love the number 9 batter. There's something weird always seems to happen in every game. And most of the games we've done have been very close, contested games. I haven't had any blowouts recently.
I think you don't want to see blowouts. You want to see some good defense. You want to see
I think you might have to get
timely
closer.
hitting, of course.
You what?
I think you might have to hold it closer to you.
This thing?
Just about to settle with a solid start. Here, look at the very, very nice for us.
You can listen to it here.
It's far away.
You're going to have to get closer to the mic. Near those things.
Something's wrong with this one.
Sides are blowing left to right. A little bit of breeze going on out there, heading towards right field. That cloud can sit there all night, folks. Let me tell you.
Well, hopefully, Chris, they're going to turn on the lights here soon, because if it stays behind that cloud, we might not be able to see anything out there.
No, the lights will be coming on shortly, Jay.
Well, I mean, look at our number 1 camera. I wouldn't want to play baseball on that.
No.
So, folks, we are just moments from first pitch here. It is now 6:52. First pitch tonight should be at around 7 p.m. So grab your favorite beverage and your favorite chair and get ready for HSBN Live.
Something's wrong with the audio.
Stays behind that cloud. We might not be able to see anything out there.
You know what? Chris, yours is turned down. That's why.
But he said he heard it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have our coaches and umpires in as soon as the umpires get the whole plate.
Chris.
We shouldn't need it if it's in between us. We don't need that. We shouldn't need that. It should be fine. This is in between us.
The sun peeking its way back through now, meeting at home plate. Justin, I know you're good with direction. Which way are we facing?
Southwest, Jay. We're absolutely facing southwest. That's why the sun is off to our direct right.
We don't typically face southwest,
No,
do
we
we?
do not. Most fields are facing northeast. This is an awkward configuration, but a beautiful field.
Here's tonight's starting lineups for the visiting Chaminade Madonna Lions. Batting first, number 3, Fabian Martinez. He's the third baseman. Batting second, number 19, J.M. Fay. He is the shortstop. Batting third, number 18, Hunter Fiore. He's the catcher. Batting fourth, number 8, Dominic Rodriguez. He's the DH. Batting fifth, number 2, Gianni Tusa. He's the center fielder. Batting sixth, number 11, Ryan Dragg. He's a left fielder. Batting seventh, number 34, Alejandro Reynaldo. He's the first baseman. Batting eighth, number 13, Wyatt Holliday. He's your right fielder. And batting ninth, number 24, Alfredo Hurtado. He's the second baseman. And pitching for the Lions is number 6, Miguel Rosado.
I'll take care of St. Thomas. And now the starting lineup for the St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders. Number 1, Matt Archer batting first, playing second base. Number 27 batting second, Gabe Terry, the center fielder.
Nice baseball game between the Chaminade and Madonna.
Batting third, number 24 is going to be Nick Vera, the DH. Batting fourth, number 9, Riley Rosario, the first baseman. Batting fifth, number 7, Connor O'Hara, the catcher behind the plate. Batting sixth is going to be number 13, Alex Romance, the third baseman. Batting seventh, number 4, Jimmy Theus, the shortstop. Batting eighth, number 34, is going to be Jack Clark, the right fielder. And batting ninth, our favorite position, number 17, Raheem Salmon, the left fielder. All these kids hitting well over 300, Jay. All the way down the list.
Pitching for the Raiders, number 11, Isaiah Hood.
So Isaiah Hood, 5-1 on the season, 29.2 innings pitched, 49 strikeouts and 12 walks for Mr. Hood. And the Chaminade Madonna Lions will send number 6, Miguel Rosado, to the mound. Rosado, 2.82 ERA on the season, 3-5 on the season, 39.2 innings pitched, 40 strikeouts to 21 walks.
And the lights are slowly coming on here on the field.
Can anyone explain to me why the player with the best stats on St. Thomas is hitting ninth?
I'm not sure.
Chris.
As the great Joe Torre would say, Jay, somebody's got to bat ninth.
We featured Raheem Salmon in our pregame as the top hitter for St. Thomas, and he is hitting ninth tonight.
Playing third base, number 3.
You can imagine what's hitting in front of him, Jay, if he's batting ninth.
At shortstop, number 19, J.M. Fay. On the plate tonight, number 18, Hunter Fiore. Designated hitter, Domingo Rodriguez. Playing center field, number 2, Gianni Tolson. Playing left field, number 11, Ryan Dragg. Playing first base, number 34, Alejandro Romaldo. Playing right field, number 13, Wyatt Holiday. Playing second base, number 24, Alfredo Pintado. And pitching tonight, number 6, Miguel Rosado. Coaches for St. Thomas Aquinas, St. Thomas alums, Danny Scott, Jimmy Phillips, Jim Williamson. Ladies and gentlemen, your St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders. Technical difficulties right now.
Okay.
What is romance?
Looks like Manny Salazar and Alan Sherman. Sorry, Manny Salazar and somebody.
Playing second base, number 1, Matt Archer. Playing center field, number 27, Gabe Terry. Tonight's designated hitter, number 24, Nick Vera. Playing first base, number 9, Riley Rosario. Pitching, number 7, Connor O'Hara. At third base, number 13, Alex Romance. At shortstop, number 4, Jimmy Beast. Playing right field, number 34, Jack Clark. And in left field, number 17, Raheem Salmon. The mound tonight for the Raiders, number 11, Isaiah Hood. Now for the St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders, Chad Stalden, Chad Curtis, Luke Orlando, Trent Sobolowski, Mason Gates, Otis McDuffie Jr., Max Goldfine, Dylan Kleinman, Sean Sullivan, Blake Purnell, Sebastian Fiorello, Alex Farmer, Tim Cunningham, Randy Hernandez, Nathan Little, Nate Thomas, Michael Couvet, Gabe Rabinowitz, Jaden Howe, Nick Fernandez, on injured reserve, Jacob Broussard. Coaches, Keanu Jacob Broussard, my fault. Coaches, Joey Wardlow, Tim McNabb, Scott Masuko, Kevin Rogers, Bob Rudolph, Ed Warder, Ronnie Milo, Chris Delgado, head scorekeeper, Don Dusty. Head baseball coach of St. Thomas Aquinas, Story Cameron. Ladies and gentlemen, please remove your caps. Start playing our national anthem, located on the right hand of the scoreboard.
Wow, that was quick. What happened? It went to the end.
right, play ball, folks. So Justin and Chris, there were a few things I noticed right away, which is the wind is blowing out, which is something we have not seen at almost any field that we have been. The flags in center field have been blowing out.
Yeah, they're blowing left to right, towards right field, Jason. Any left-hand hitter with power, there's going to be something interesting happening.
Luis Sauer behind home plate. Manny Salazar in the field for the umpires. And the other thing that I noticed is for St. Thomas, you have Isaiah Hood on the mound, 29 2/3 innings pitched, 5-1 record, 0.94 ERA, 49 strikeouts against 12 walks, a 4-to-1 ratio, going against a team that in their last game against Cypress Bay got only one hit. So if they only got one hit against Cypress Bay, what are they going to do against Isaiah Hood?
Yeah, I don't want to say it's lopsided, so I'm just
It is, I mean, for pregame, this is as lopsided as we've seen.
Yeah.
You've got everybody for Chaminade Madonna hitting at around 200, 250, and everyone for St. Thomas with video game-like numbers hitting about 400.
Well, the low man, if we can call him that, is Jack Clark batting
Well-
333 on the season,
Well,
which is outrageous.
Well, Justin,
Outrageous.
let's look at the batting average for the entire season for the entire team. How about 374
Remarkable.
with 150 RBIs? Their slugging percentage is 530 as a team. Their on-base percentage is almost 500. It's 484. So on paper, this does look like a mismatch tonight, Justin. I don't know if the magic pixie dust that is HSPN Live will have any impact on this game tonight.
Leading off for the Chaminade Madonna Lions, number 3, Fabian Martinez.
Watch them prove
Third
us
baseman.
wrong now.
Hey, if it happens, it happens. No stake, but, defending state champs, I think are going to be a little tough to take here tonight. We'll see. We'll see what Isaiah Hood has to offer right away. Nice pitch. That's in for a strike.
First pitch at 7:07 p.m. and we are underway.
Fouls this one back.
Top ball, 0-2, no matter.
Quickly 0-2 on Martinez.
That one's chopped over to third. Ranging over. They got it.
Romance for Riley, one away.
Here's number 19, J.M. Fay. He's the shortstop. 1 out, nobody on for the Lions.
Okay, well, you don't have to bring them in here. Just use your 2 mics. Wherever. Here's one. Blue one's over there. Whatever you want.
Pitch is low for a ball. Count 1-0.
So J.M. Fay headed to FSCJ, what we gather was Florida State College in Jacksonville.
That sounds about right.
Now batting number 19, J.M. Fay, shortstop.
Count 2-0.
The sun's still blazing on the field from an awkward angle. The lights are on here at St. Thomas. And Hood sails that one wide of catcher Connor O'Hara.
Count 3-0 to Fay.
You can hear the Chaminade dugout.
Ball 4 to the batter.
You walked him.
4 straight pitches.
Brings the plate, the catcher number 18, Hunter Farrow.
So Fay takes first. We have Hunter Fiore listed as next up at bat, the catcher. Check that as the PA announcer seemed to have said something different. I have Fiore.
Me too.
That pitch is left up high.
And it looks like Hood's lost the strike zone temporarily. 5 straight pitches out of the zone.
Big swing and a
That
miss
was a
from Fiore.
changeup, guys. That's not even fair to throw that one. That ball danced halfway down the mound, halfway to the catcher.
Well, Fiore offered at it.
Big lead at first base. And guys, on artificial turf, which we're playing on tonight, you get a good jump, and he does, but hits it right to short to second for one,
play.
back to first.
They got
It's
it.
an easy double play for St. Thomas, and that will do it. Hood faces the minimum. Let me know if you've heard that one before, Justin.
I have just a few hours ago, Jay.
It'll go 6-4 to 3 to end the inning.
Nice quick inning for Hood.
The 1-2-3 go of the Lions at the end of a half an inning. No score. Raiders coming to bat.
Well, at least they got a base runner. I know they've been hurting for base runners. I spoke with assistant coach Amalio Coleman, who's a good friend of mine, and he confided in me and said, Jay, we're having a hard time hitting the ball. We're having a hard time getting base runners. So I'm sure they were happy just to get a base runner in the first inning.
If you got to get it by way of a walk, then do it. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes. And that's a good sign for the hitters, Jay, that they're patient, they're taking pitches, We'll start with one and see what the next inning brings.
Miguel Rosado will take the mound for Chaminade. Rosado, 39 2/3 innings pitched, by far and away the workhorse. He has double the amount of innings of the next closest pitcher on the team. A 3-5 record, 2.82 ERA, an excellent ERA, a 40-21 strikeout to walk ratio, which is also excellent, especially guys on a team that's not hitting very well right now.
All I know, Jay, is if Rosado comes close to his numbers here tonight, he'll be able to keep the Raiders in check. If not, it's going to be a long night for Chaminade Lions.
So let's also introduce 2 more broadcasters with us tonight. Jerry Skelton. Jerry, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you guys. And just checking in on Rosado over there. Under a 3 ERA, but he has 5 losses. Those are DeGrom-like numbers.
And also Josh Levine. Josh, welcome.
Thanks. Good to be back out here. Watch some good baseball at this amazing facility of the St. Thomas here, and ready to see some baseball.
Yeah, and it's an odd look when you see the artificial turf, because even though where it would typically be clay, it is brown, it still doesn't come off correctly.
So leading off for the Raiders is Matt Archer.
It's an absolutely beautiful field, though. One of the nicer fields we've been to, and that one hit hard in the right field. That's going to be a base hit.
And so it begins.
Oh, my goodness. As advertised.
So Archer headed to UCF, the Knights, next season.
Yeah, Justin, keep those coming, because we know most of these Raiders from St. Thomas are going somewhere.
Absolutely.
So,
Gabe Terry, Tallahassee, TCC as they say, Tallahassee Community College. You went to TCC?
Yeah, I went to TCC a couple years ago.
Nice. So Gabe Terry's going to be headed there soon.
That one almost got away, held in play.
He'll be headed there next season.
Alejandro Reynaldo was able to keep that ball in play. It looked like it got caught under Matt Archer at first base. You need me to mess with the cameras, get them later?
On the fouled back.
Count 0-1 on Terry. throw over to first.
Archer back in time.
They're really paying attention. They don't want him to get in scoring position, Justin.
No, they do not.
Tell them to a short lead. They're all a threat to steal, apparently, so anything can happen. Here's the 0-1.
That one's fouled back as well at us.
Foul ball, 0-2 count for that.
Big lead at first base.
Count 0-2 now.
Taking an even bigger lead.
Got
Swung at a ball in his eyes. What a deceiving pitch from Rosado.
Here's Nick Vera. We'll let it slide that he signed with the Pitt Panthers and just wish him luck next season with them, as we are Canes fans here.
Oh, we can't hold that against anybody,
No, we
Justin.
We can't. We'll have to cheer for
Oh,
him.
geez,
even-
if we hold
even as
that
a
against,
Panther.
if we hold that again, we'll be holding it against everybody.
Exactly.
Go Knowles. How to get that out there.
Somebody mute him.
Yeah, not everybody. Nate Thomas is coming to the Canes.
Big sweeping curveball, just missed up high, says Lewis Sauer.
Nick Vera, 458 on the season, Jay.
Yeah, and we highlighted him in our pregame show.
We got 1 on, 1 out, count 1-0 to Vera.
That one gets in there for a strike.
A good pitch by Rosado.
Archer looks ready to go over there on first.
And there you can see the info on Nick Vera.
That one's
That
left
one
outside. Archer gets back quickly.
And we'll get it back on the screen for you now as our crack staff, Emilio Sierra, doing a fine job dancing between the raindrops, getting it back on the screen for you. There's Nick Vera. You can see a good picture of him there.
There'll be no raindrops tonight.
No, we will have no rain.
And
that
pop
one's
that one
popped
up.
Hard.
Popped up in the outfield.
Second base. Oh, it is center field. It will make it out there.
Boy, that ball kept traveling and traveling, and it really shows you the wind blowing out.
Handed out, as you mentioned earlier. Absolutely.
The 2 outs. Here's Riley Rosario.
First baseman, number 9. Riley Rosario.
Number 9. He's the first baseman.
I mean, Justin, it doesn't hurt that Nick Vera has hit 3 home runs already this season and has 18 RBIs and hitting .458.
So Rosario batting .368 on the season.
Walking out to Katy Perry.
Do you guys think that it's possible, and I'm being serious right now, that head coach Troy Cameron of the St. Thomas Raiders actually threw darts at a board, and that's how they ended up with Raheem Salmon as their number 9 hitter tonight?
I think he could have picked names out of a hat, Jay. I mean, he's got a plethora of talent in the lineup tonight. Somebody's got to bat 9th. You know?
Curveball, beautiful pitch, right at the knees.
So there's no relief in the lineup, 1 through 9. Everyone's a threat.
Correct.
It's a wicked lineup that St.
If they were able
Thomas
to bat
has.
15, I bet they'd have 15 threats.
And Justin, we're going to see that this weekend as AUBL Miami is in playoff action this Sunday. The West Kendall Nationals and Coral Gables A's both in action facing each other, and both of them will probably bat 11 or 12 in their lineup. Popped up, out of play.
Count 1 and 2 on Rosario. 2 outs and a runner on first.
If you're just joining us, we are in the bottom of the first inning here at St. Thomas. No score. Chaminade went down 1-2-3, albeit unconventionally via the double play. That one hit up the middle. This may be a double play to second for 1.
No, they only need
And,
one.
excuse me, there were already 2 outs, no double play needed. It was a tailor-made double play, but none needed. Not necessary, as it will go 4-6, and that will do it. An easy 1-2-3-4 inning for Chaminade.
Yeah, no harm done. I think that's all they can ask for.
Well, Matt Archer started with that slicing base hit into right field. We thought that it was on. We figured we figured it was going to be a wrap.
Here on the campus, I'm going to look something.
I swear things started out better when we got here.
Oh, man.
So here is Dominique Rodriguez, the designated hitter.
Lead off the second inning for the Lions, number 8,
Stay
Domingo
with one.
Rodriguez.
Stay with calling him Domingo. His name is Dominic, folks.
Big swing and a miss for Rodriguez.
Jay Hayback temporarily stepping out of the press box.
Oh, and 1 the count to Rodriguez. That was left a little bit low. Count 1-1.
Pitch inside.
That one is off the glove. Rodriguez seems to be chatting a lot up there in the batter's box.
Some noise coming out of the Lions bench. Lions dugout making some noise. Is somebody supposed to collect that?
Yes. The on-deck batter, however, he's all the way on the other side.
All the way over there. A 2-1 count to Rodriguez.
And he's left up high.
Count 3-1. Last,
1 count to the batter.
last thing you want to do is walk the leadoff batter, Justin. Leadoff walks usually come around to score.
He walked him.
Ball 4.
Really?
And the play for the Lions, the center fielder, number 2, Gianni Colson.
Here's Gianni Tusa, center fielder. Right around first, nobody out. The Lions are going to do it, Justin. Now's the time.
Good start for the Lions here in the second.
You get the leadoff man on. It's a
No
threat to
outs.
steal a big lead at first. And for a left-handed pitcher, you don't want to take a really big lead.
That's in for a strike. Nice
Beautiful
pitch.
curveball.
Hood is on the mark tonight.
Tusa's showing a little bit of a bump there, but kind of pulled it back. Got a beautiful curve. So the count 0-1 to Tusa.
You should be able to split it up.
That one left a little bit low. Count 1-1 now to Tusa. They'll step out of the box and reset. Just missed with that one.
You don't want back-to-back walks here.
No, we do not.
Going to have a chat with the coach. A meeting on the mound, the battery. And the coach doesn't like something that he sees. He's going to go out there and correct it.
He has
Coach
to do
Troy
it now.
Cameron.
Guys, you can see Hood has electric stuff, but he's just a little wild right now. He's got to settle in.
Yeah, he's losing command here.
You're right. His stuff is electric, and his numbers bear that out. So
Right.
we'll see what they'll say to him, and maybe something will click.
So the count 2-1 to Tusa. Runner on first, nobody out. Scoreless here on the top of the second.
That one is crushed to left field, Jay.
That is walloped all the way to the wall, bouncing around out there, rounding second and on his way to third, and he'll stay right there.
Stand-up double, Jay. Very well hit ball by Tusa.
Here's number 11, Ryan Drag. He's the left fielder.
Well, you know what happened there, guys, is they told him to throw strikes, and Tusa knew it. And in Tusa's conference, they were saying, hey, they're telling him to throw strikes. Yeah. Hit it. Rounding second and on his way to third, and he'll stay right there.
Stand-up double, Jay. Very happy next year, Jay.
Well, they'll be glad to have him with that swing.
Not very familiar with that school, but oh yeah.
So we have runners in scoring position with nobody out. A good start to the second inning here for the Lions.
Speaking of Belmont, they had a tournament win this year in the NCAA championship over Temple.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Impressive. And they'll only be getting better next year, as Mr. Tusa will step up and play for them.
So the message here, Jay, was to throw strikes. Let's see what he's going to do.
Well, now I think the message is
Up high.
Is the UIBB, the old unintentional intentional walk, because with runners at second and third, it really doesn't do them any good to pitch to Drag here.
Drag's just going to wait for a fastball down the middle.
And he got one, and down the line, and they got him hung up. And now the other runner going to third. There'll be two runners at third base. And Drag smartly and alertly takes second base.
Runner at third.
To Drag here.
Rodriguez was off at the pitch from third base. He really should have held up.
And here's the replay.
So again, runners at second and third here. Now
And you can see the angle that Emilio got us.
Rodriguez grabbed at third.
That put out goes what? 5-2?
Fence. That's fence.
On to third goes Tusa.
And Drag makes his way to second. Smart base running by Drag. So this is Alejandro Ronaldo, the first baseman.
Josh.
In there for a strike. I'm not sure if I'd have been off with the pitch over there. That went right to the third baseman. He put a backhanded stab on it, and they had him dead to rights in between third and home.
That one's left outside.
I don't want to give too much blame to the runner there. That was a rocket shot there. He made a great play.
Too, with the sound of the bat, he got good metal on it. Speaking of good metal.
We've not heard any tonight.
Not yet. I have a bunch right here.
That one's popped up.
Popped up to
Second
deep center
baseman.
field.
Is it deep? How does it keep carrying like this?
Yeah, the wind, man.
The runner will tag, though. So Tusa comes around to score after his massive double.
And Chaminade strikes first. That was an underdog to happen today. We didn't see that coming.
So that's a sac fly and an RBI for Ronaldo.
The right fielder, number 13, Wyatt Holding.
Lions on top 1-0 here in the second. Threatening for more. They're going to run him in scoring position with 2 outs.
Number 13, Wyatt Holliday.
Here's Wyatt Holliday, number 13. He's the right fielder. Lefty to lefty.
Holliday coming down to see us at FIU in
There you go.
in a couple years.
He's a homer.
We were just at FIU Stadium last night. I'm sure he'll enjoy playing there.
Pitch is in there for a called strike. Delayed called strike. Did we get thrown out of the game?
I don't think so.
Here's the 0-1.
That one is chopped foul.
Hammered foul of the left-hand side and out of play.
Foul ball.
I don't think I parked over there, so I think we're safe.
0-2 count on the batter.
I'm parked behind this building behind us, so I think we're safe.
Yeah, you should be okay.
It would take a mammoth foul ball to find my car.
Well, Jay's car got clunked with a softball from the Miami-Dade women's softball team that we covered. And one of our assistants had a shattered windshield from the softball as well.
Swing and
Got
a
him.
miss on the curveball.
Lions get 1 run on 1 hit. Leave 1 runner on. Come to the bottom of the second inning. Score Lions 1, Raiders 0.
The Lions strike first. They put up 1 run on the scoreboard. At the end of 1.5 innings, Lions 1, St. Thomas 0. Well, that inning seemed like it had a lot of promise and a lot of potential. And they came away with 1 run, so I mean it's good for them.
It is.
I wouldn't call it a base running blunder by any means. I think any of us would have ran at the crack of the bat. Unfortunately for the Lions,
right at the third baseman.
The third baseman, Alex Romance, he put a backhand stab on it. He got all of it, and he was already kind of heading in the direction of the batter. And between he and the catcher, Connor O'Hara, they ran him down on the third base.
The other ones are small.
Good thing was there was good base running. Good base running by Gianni Tusa, who made it to third base during the whole tie-up.
And came around to score their 1 run.
And Ryan Drag did some heads-up base run. He made it to second base. So it's very good. They had potential there, and then a sac fly into deep center field scored the run from third. So now Miguel Rosado has the 1-run lead. He at best throws strikes. Here we go to the bottom of the second. The Raiders will send up Connor O'Hara, the catcher, Alex Romance, the third baseman, and Jimmy Theus, the shortstop.
O'Hara
on the Raiders, catcher number 7, Connor O'Hara.
Should turn his mic off.
O'Hara headed to Florida Gulf Coast University next year.
FGCU. Attaboy, congratulations.
Batting .354 on the season.
The aforementioned Connor O'Hara. He's the catcher, number 7. I can see much better. It's like HD. And here's the pitch.
That one hit hard.
Nice throw.
But the harder you hit it, the harder it is to run it out.
Now batting the third base, number 13, Alex Romance.
So that's exactly what the Lions are looking for. 1 pitch, 1 out. A great start to the bottom of the second inning. Here's Alex Romance, number 13, the third baseman. That amazing catch.
You have the score on it?
Backhand stab at third base.
Romance heading to the University of Tampa. These Raiders are going to pepper the west coast of this state here with some of their players.
All those teams just got better.
Yes, they did.
Pitch is low for a ball. Count 1-0.
Where is it?
Yeah, we got Tampa, we got South Florida, Florida Gulf Coast.
Ooh, high and tight. Count 2-0.
There you go. That's it.
I don't think he was sending a message there. I don't think they were allowed to send messages.
No.
The kids, they send texts anyway.
Because he's
Rosado,
back in the
count
That
3-0.
one outside.
He's lost the strike zone temporarily here.
How am I going to do that?
So what do you think? Romance taking all the way on 3-0?
Absolutely.
Huh?
No reason to swing at this at all.
I think I'm going to have to move
Unless
that
it's just
down.
right smack in the middle.
Stay away.
Like move it
Right down Broadway, and he knew it.
That was right smack down in the middle.
Way back.
Another count 3-1.
All right, Josh.
Romance not swinging at all.
I got an idea.
That one's left way up high and
There you
walked
go.
him.
Ball 4, Romance.
Romance on his way over to first.
Brings the plate. Shortstop number 4, Jimmy Thies.
Here's Jimmy Thies, the shortstop. The runner on first and 1 out. Let's see if Romance steals second base. A big lead at first. Pitch is in there for a called strike. Count 0-1.
That one is crushed to right field. But that play will be made easily out there.
Fly ball, 2 away. Now batting the right fielder, number 34, Jack Clark.
Right fielder Wyatt Holliday just taking a couple of steps in to make that catch.
Yeah, he barely had to move for that one. So this will be Jack Clark now, the right fielder. batting .333 on the season.
So 2 outs now. Pitch is low for a ball. And time is called. Manager's going to go out and have a chat with the pitcher. With half the team, actually. Dan Scott out on the mound with the infield. 2 outs, Jay. You're nursing a 1-0 lead. What's he saying? Justin. Throw strikes.
Yeah, he's saying just calm down here. Still under control. Got a 1-run lead.
You know, I'm sure the infield is aware of what's going on. You know, situational awareness is key in baseball. So they know if they get the ball, what they're supposed to do. That's a force play at second base. And you can throw it at first.
Correct.
You know,
so
with
he's
this
just prepping
amazing
the team, telling everybody, you know, what to do in the event of a ground ball. You get 2 outs here. You're nursing the 1-run lead, as I said. You really want to get this guy out. Get back in the dugout. Here's the 1-0.
That one is crushed to center field.
That's off the wall.
That's a ground rule double, I believe. Nice shot by Jack Clark.
So a 2-out double by Jack Clark.
I was going to say, right before that pitch with that meeting.
That one is crushed to center field.
St. Thomas, they wanted to get this inning over with right then and there. And you can see one pitch after, right off the wall, straight away center field.
So runners at second and third now with 2 outs. Here's Raheem Salmon, number 7. I'm sorry,
We've been
number
waiting
17,
for Raheem.
a left fielder. And here he is, Jay. We've been waiting for you.
Salmon headed to Stetson University next year.
There you go.
He was in our pregame spotlight. Let's see what he's got.
2 outs and runners in scoring position. Let's see what he can do.
Well, we mentioned we can't understand why he's batting 9th, but we love the number 9 batter here.
And we love him even more when he's featured in our pregame show.
There's a curveball.
How does that
for a
happen?
called strike.
Please turn off your flash photography. It blinds the batter.
Turn off the music.
Okay.
I wasn't aware someone was standing in front of the batter.
I wasn't either.
Blind
But
him.
big swing and a miss from Salmon.
Fooled him on the
Please
curve.
turn off your flash photography. It's in the batter's eye. Thank you.
From where?
It would have to be over here on our right. That's the only way he would be able to see it.
I'm saying that's good, right?
Everybody's got a camera these days, you know.
But remember, we were at that game, and the lady tried 4 times and
got
could not
thrown
turn
out
the
of the
light
game.
off. She could not turn the light off. That was at Flanagan. Could not turn the light off on the
The
phone.
Taravella.
Big swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that will do it.
I think Salmon looked a
No
little
runs
anxious on
across.
that. Salmon looked a little anxious there. He was swinging at everything.
Well, he had a huge situation, second and third, ready to drive in some runs. And guys, just as we said, we got an upset on our hands here.
So the Raiders strand 2 and failed to score in the bottom of the second. The end of 2 innings of play. It's 1-0. Chaminade Madonna Lions.
And you are watching HSBN Live. We have the three-way triple screen going right now, and it's looking good, guys.
Jay, this is a shocker here. The 17-2 Raiders are trailing the 5-10 Lions. We never thought that was going to happen.
And like I said, Amalio Coleman, the assistant coach, told me last night they couldn't even get a hit off of Cypress Bay. So how are they going to come in here off of a tough Isaiah Hood and put up a run early and get the momentum in an away game? I don't know how this is happening, guys, but I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say I'm glad it is. We've got a ball game.
This is a shocker to say the least. We still got a couple more innings to go, but nice start to that.
Here we go to the top of the 3rd inning, leading off with the Lions, number 24, Alfredo Hurtado. He's the second baseman.
Seeing here Hurtado next year. It's not Belmont Abbey, but it is Limestone College. Not sure where that is, but they're getting a quality player from down here. We wish him the best up there.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count 0-1 on Hurtado.
I'm assuming it's north of here, Limestone. Although we are known for our limestone, so I could be wrong.
And there is the aforementioned triple screen. And that one ripped to left field. It's going to get down for a hit. Going all the way to the wall.
Will he push it
Rounding
for 2?
first, and he'll stay
No,
right
he'll
there.
stay
Hurtado, the number 9 hitter, gets a good piece of that one and hits it all the way into the corner.
And smart base running by Hurtado. He made the turn at first, and then he held up because that ball was coming right in very fast.
Yeah,
he
sometimes
hit it that hard.
Sometimes, Chris, it's better not to have good speed. You won't run yourself into outs.
And the left fielder, Raheem Salmon, fires in quickly.
We're back up to the top of the order with Fabian Martinez.
And he hit the ball hard in his first at-bat, but they're going to bunt here. He lets that one go for a ball.
Pitch was low.
Alex Romance, the third baseman, is really, really close. And I'm a little nervous for him because if we see the old Steve Hurt slash, he could be in some trouble. Throw to first, back in time. Oh, and he pretended like the ball got by. He tried the old UM Deke play. The old 1982 UM play where the security guard was in on the play and took the chair out and made everyone believe that the ball had gone all the way in the corner, but really the first baseman had it.
Hurtado was not fooled, however.
No.
The pitcher actually had it, I should say. Way up and out. Here's a step throw, and he's going to be safe at first.
That was
Saved
close.
by a hair.
The throw beat him, but the tag was not applied.
Seems like there might be some mocking from the fans here, Jay.
And maybe some fans will get tossed tonight.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Some John on the
Let's let
St.
the
Thomas
kids play.
side.
Let's let the kids
We've
play.
heard a little bit of disruption from the fans tonight. We also, Josh and I heard on our way back of fixing the camera, we heard the old UM cheer from the fans, the left, right, sit down, which I thought was a little inappropriate for high school baseball. Maybe leave that at the college level.
Here's the pitch.
Big fastball right down the middle.
Beautiful pitch.
Full count now to Martinez.
Let's see if there's a hit and run on. All right, I gotta fix this one. Here's the pitch from Hood. Ah, the throw over to first. They're really paying attention to Hurtado over there, Justin.
They are.
They don't want him in scoring position. Here's the payoff pitch.
Nice pitch.
Well, it was a
it's
full
3
count.
and 3, so how does that work?
It was a
3 and 1 the count.
Okay, now it's 3 and 1. Wasn't the count full?
Yeah, it was full.
Hood is getting squeezed out there.
Okay, folks, sorry. The count is 3 and 1 according to the umpire.
And the board says 3 and 3.
No, it's bad.
Let's see at that. Oh, that's a hammered foul. Now it's a full count.
Full count.
Count 3 and 4 on the batter. Oh, was I wrong?
And the payoff pitch from Hood.
That's what I was doing.
Struck him out swinging.
Left 3 all around.
Great pitch.
Brings the plate to shortstop, number 19.
You see? You see what I'm saying, guys?
Seeing some kids get tossed from their own school.
How do you say that to a 15-year-old?
And you also got to factor in that St. Thomas is losing currently right now.
Yes,
as
lest
well.
we forget the Lions.
Oh,
are
a little
winning this
venom.
game.
Josh thinks there's a little venom going on right now. And he might be
From
right.
last night, still haven't got over it.
Here's
And that
Dan
one
Day.
hit hard in the air, but it's going to stay in the park. Salmon gets
the way
under
to
it
the
and
wall.
makes the catch.
He's on the warning track right there.
I'll tell you guys, that wind is blowing out.
But quickly, 2 outs. Here's Hunter Fiore. Hunter grounded into a 6-4-3 double play back in the first.
Hunter Fiore headed to the University of North Alabama in a couple years.
Nice to know where you're going before your senior year, huh?
Oh, yeah. Can't beat that.
Runner goes
Runner
on a
goes.
delayed steal, and he'll be in
in there.
easily.
Alfredo
Beautiful
Hurtado
stolen
was itching
base.
to go, and he took off.
Rare that you see the delayed steal work to that perfection. but neither the second baseman nor the shortstop were in the neighborhood.
They didn't think he was going to go, Jay. They caught him napping.
Well, Connor O'Hara did the right thing and just fired it to second base. That's what you're taught as a catcher, is just fire it there. Someone will catch it.
Someone will get it.
It might be the center fielder, but someone will catch it.
Meanwhile, Hurtado was already at the bag.
Curveball in the dirt.
Count 1-1.
1-1 counts the batter. Runner at second.
Is he listening to a broadcast?
Yeah. I think so.
So runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Fiore.
You know, I wonder if you get more stolen bases on artificial turf. Just you get more grip in that first step or two.
Pitch is outside. Count 2-1.
Now that one needs to be brighter.
Hurtado with a nice lead at second.
No. That's not stuff I want them to hear.
Pitch is outside. Count
That's not-
3-1.
Not good.
Nobody paying attention to Hurtado at second base.
No.
Got a
We're
short
gonna need to
lead.
brighten.
Manageable lead.
You want to brighten it? Go brighten.
He's going on contact with 2
Just
outs.
touch it and just raise it just a little.
Here's the pitch.
The
Look at
changeup! What a changeup and what a time to throw it. That was a fastball count all the way.
3-2 away.
There is no way he was looking for anything off speed there.
Here's the payoff pitch from Hood.
Way outside.
Outside. So an anticlimactic end to that at bat.
Brings the plate 3. Domingo Rodriguez.
He keeps calling him Domingo. It is Dominic Rodriguez, folks, the DH number 8, who walked back in the second inning.
We can't use it like that.
So 3 walks already surrendered by Isaiah Hood.
Can I get this one full? Can I?
Hey, catcher giving some signs to the pitcher. So we're going to do with 2 outs here.
He's got an eye.
I thought it was running.
That's fine.
I could use it. He's full.
Nice for Samson.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch to Rodriguez.
Yeah, you can use it.
Popped up. Foul.
Foul ball, out of play.
Heads up.
Did it come down yet?
No, I don't think so. Someone may have caught it, though. We would not hear that.
Here's the 0-1.
2 on, 2 out.
You can hear the bench now from Chaminade. Way up high. Tell you, if nothing else, they're making Hood throw a lot of pitches.
They
Hey,
are.
Chaminade has shown a lot of plate discipline here. You led off the broadcast with a 5-to-1 ratio. He doesn't have that today. They got 3 walks already.
Very surprising. Outside. Outside corner.
Strike. Courtesy strike by home plate umpire.
I'll tell you, I'm not swinging at that pitch. And the batter, Rodriguez, is standing almost on the batter's box on the inside part of the plate, and I don't even think he could have reached
Need a
it.
bigger bat.
Hit on the ground
Crack
to third
third.
base. He'll step on the bag, and that will do it. No runs. Chaminade will leave 2 runners.
Come to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lions 1, Raiders 0.
Chaminade continuing to lead St. Thomas 1-0 in a surprise here at St. Thomas.
And Hood walking the tightrope there, getting out of damage each and every inning. Left 2 runners on once again.
He's walked 1 batter in every inning, fellas. Not good for a guy with a 5-to-1 ratio.
Well, while we're in between innings, let's
5-to-1
put
ratio's
back
taking a
up
beating.
the stats for the hitting for these 2 teams, just so you guys can be reminded of what discrepancy there was between these 2
He's got
teams.
2 strikeouts and 3 walks tonight so far.
Our crack staff, Emilio,
This is
working on that
Isaiah Hood.
vigorously and now has it ready for us.
So the Lions nursing a 1-run lead as we head to the bottom of the 3rd.
So there you see it, folks. There are the pitching stats. And we had asked Emilio for the hitting stats.
I'm not sure we want to see the hitting stats, Jay. We will see a massive discrepancy. I think the pitching makes it seem.
Well, that's the whole point. Is we've got a lead.
Oh, you're trying to point out the massive discrepancy, and yet the other team is winning.
Exactly.
Got it.
And here we go, folks. There are the batting stats. As a team, Chaminade hitting .217 with 5 home runs and 48 RBIs. As a team, St. Thomas, 374, 12 home runs, 150 RBIs. 3 times the amount of RBIs for St. Thomas.
Pitch back in the first. It'd be Archer, Gabe Terry, and Nick Vera, 1, 2, and 3. Lions on top, 1-0. Beautiful curve, laid it in there for a called strike.
Our producer, Emilio, doing a great job getting all of the graphics up and now getting a great-looking triple screen for you.
And the field looks amazing under the lights, Jay.
I'll tell you,
Majestic.
Chris Rosado has not gotten that pitch called a strike all night. There's the curveball, a backhander at third base. It's a high throw, and he's going to be safe at first.
So an E5.
Tusa has reached base in both of his at-bats. Excuse me, that is not Tusa.
Archer.
So an error on the third baseman, and Archer's at first base.
Archer has reached base in both of his at-bats.
Yes, he has.
Fabian
Terry.
Fabian Martinez with the errant throw at third. He had time to throw it, too.
Just a little too high.
He had time to set up. He had a second or two. He could have got him by a couple of steps.
Interestingly enough, Chaminade has the momentum right now, and St. Thomas really needs to put a run on the board and show that they're in this game. They are sleepwalking through this game, and I'm sure that's not going to make Coach Cameron very happy.
No.
It's going to make Coach Cameron think that his team took Chaminade lightly tonight. If we're sitting here 1-0 in the 6th inning, guys.
Yes. Then that's exactly what the team did.
You want to get back in the game, that's how you do it. You get the lead runner on base.
That one is ripped to right center field, going back, and he makes the catch. Wow. Here's the throw to first base. He's going to be safe at first.
So a very loud out to center field. We thought that was going to be trouble.
He squared that one in pretty good, Chris.
The hit they were looking for.
And that was Gianni Tusa, Jay, who made that catch in center field.
Here's Nick Vera, the
Tracked
DH.
that one very well.
The soon-to-be Pit Panther.
Nick Vera flew out to center field in his first at bat. So 1 out and a runner on first.
Did you replay?
Runner goes.
Here's the throw to second base. He's going to be safe at second.
He is in there. Nice stolen base for Archer. As a runner now in scoring position with 1 out.
And we have Rich Bielski in the booth. And we're gonna turn over the microphone to our own Anthony Utariello, who has a very special guest with him.
Yeah, we got Coach Bielski here. Any of you guys watching obviously know he's a legend in these parts here in Broward. 7 state titles in 8 years over at Archbishop McCarthy. Coach Bielski, how you been?
Been great, man. I miss you guys. I used to see you guys.
And that one hit hard. Going back, and he makes the catch.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing these days. Obviously, this is your 2nd year away from McCarthy. You're over at Broward College. Talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm helping out over at Broward, working with their outfielders. And we're actually getting quite a few of the Broward high school products over there, and we're Southern Conference champs last year. Real proud of that.
So that's 2 outs with a runner at third base. It's going to be up to the number 4 hitter, Riley Rosario, who is 0 for 1 on the night, to bring in that run at third.
Tusa with another sparkling catch in center field.
Coach, talk a little bit about the differences. Obviously, now you're in the college game. Talk about the differences between where you're at now and obviously all your years coaching at the high school level.
Well, what I found at the players now, it's a lot of money for them in scholarship opportunities, and they can really, further their educational career now, it means something to them, and so they go out with I think a different attitude. It's still fun, but it's also, a lot of work, and they're going to get out, what they put into it, so they know that, they can continue on. They want to see how far they can go in baseball.
Do you find that the commitment's a little stronger at the college level, or you think it's about equal with the high school level and the college players?
Well, I can tell you, McCarthy, the level of commitment of my players was ridiculous. It was great. I have no complaints there, but I do see a level of commitment at college level that is unlike what most high schools have.
What is it that you miss most, with the high school experience? And obviously all the winning you guys did, year after year after year. Do you miss the competition of it? Do you miss the winning? What is it that you miss the most from your time coaching at McCarthy?
I would definitely have to say that it's the camaraderie.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that will do it. And as I said, folks, our own Anthony Utariello is in the booth with Coach Rich Bielski.
Yeah, I miss the camaraderie of the coaches. We had a tremendous staff at McCarthy, and 2 former big leaguers, and Alex Hernandez, Nelson Santavina, Rick Butner. In fact, that's what I miss most. And also the competitions between the high schools. At the high school level, there's a lot more emotions with the students and the parents. And when you get to the college level, it's not that same kind of passion from the fans. Here you hear the students yelling here at the players, and
a lot more fun of a game.
Yeah, St. Thomas was actually, it was the best of both worlds playing here. It was, you were going to get ragged on, you were going to get called names, it was going to be a high emotional game, but we happen to do very well over here, so I'm blessed with a lot of great memories in that sense.
St. Thomas is in the midst of a run. They won last year. They look like they have the makings of a dynasty over the next, however many years. That's something you were in the middle of. So how hard would it, how much pressure comes with where they're at now and where they're trying to go? You guys dealt with the pressure so well at McCarthy, and year after year after year, you seem to thrive in it. And now we have St. Thomas kind of moving into that role here in Broward. But talk about that pressure a little bit and going through it.
Well, I believe pressure is what you make it. There are some teams and some coaches that handle the pressure, very well, and there are other teams, coaches, and players that don't. It's really, the pressure is what you make it. I know we did handle it well because we were in the middle of it all the time. I guess it's like pitching in Yankee Stadium. The first time or two you're in it, you're going to be very nervous, and things can happen, and you're not going to be able to be yourself and play your game. But once you're in it for a long period of time, which we were at McCarthy, you really become second nature.
And we're heading back into the top of the 4th here. Chaminade coming up to the plate. Coach, speaking of that pressure, do you think that's something that, people ask me all the time from watching all these programs, what's the difference in these top programs? What do you see that they do differently? Do you think pressure is something that you can adjust to as you go? Do you think that's something you can overcome, or do you think that's something that's just built into a person and into a personality of a team or a coaching staff?
Well, it definitely comes down, I think, to mental toughness. We try to instill that mental toughness in our players, from the get-go. Nowadays, the sports psychology that's available and the knowledge that we know, it really is something that I think has to be taught. You can definitely improve it. There's no doubt about it, but it takes a lot of work on your mental toughness. And, good coaches are very tapped into that nowadays, and I believe they can improve it. But, there are some kids that are just nervous naturally, but there are other ones who are as calm as can be naturally. But you can most definitely improve it through mental training, mental toughness.
Yeah, and you see these teams like St. Thomas and these programs like St. Thomas that they get there and they don't get over the hump. But once a team seems to get over the hump, everything seems to change from there, and then that's where those dynasties start. You have a team that was just knocking on the door for years and years and years, and then once they get over that hump, it seems like now they know how to win. Now they can do it year after year. Is there any truth to that?
Absolutely. I think their first one is most definitely the toughest one. I don't know if Troy had won one before last year or not. I don't remember that he has, but the first one is your toughest one because second time around, you've been there already. Your players have been there. Your coaches have been there. You know what to expect. First one's definitely the toughest one.
Hood gets Tusa to strike out. Again, Anthony Utariello in the booth with Coach Bielski.
So, Coach, there any thought process of coming back, giving it another run here at the high school level?
No, I definitely have not considered coming back. I love what I'm doing now, helping out at Broward when I can, and enjoying the college level of competition and experience with the kids. And there's another seriousness level to it too with the players, and I'm enjoying that. I really am. I think I'm pretty much going to be happy wherever I am, whatever I'm doing. But I'm really happy where I am right now and what I'm doing.
Let me rephrase the question a little bit. What would it take to get you back from the college level into one of these programs?
Wow. Boy, you're really putting the pressure on me here.
Well, let me say this, Coach.
Know.
The game here misses you. I will say that.
Well, I appreciate that, and I do miss it. I've got to see some high school games this year. This is my first time in St. Thomas since they redid the field. It really is beautiful here. Beautiful complex. The field is beautiful. It's quite an atmosphere. I have to admit, it's a lot different than the college atmosphere. Junior college, the travel, and playing 3-game series, and it's great. It really is. But I'm enjoying where I am on the outside of the fence. I really am.
Should be 2. Nope. They get the force at second.
Coach, the game itself, talk a little bit about some of the differences that you see. High school, a lot of times, there's a lot of hit and running, there's a lot of bunting, there's a lot of small ball when you get down to it at the end of the year where, you're putting pressure on teams maybe that are a little bit lesser than you. At college, everybody's got skills and everybody can play. So how is the game different, and how are you coaching it differently from high school?
Well, I'll tell you, it really depends on the head coach. We had a head coach last year at Broward, and Ben Busier, and he was not a bunt guy. He said, we don't bunt at Broward College. We swing. Wow. We want to get it up in the air, and we want to drive it. This year we have a different philosophy. We have John Broderick over there. He's the head coach now, and he's more into the small ball. And to be honest with you, I'm more into the small ball as well. I think you can make things happen. It's more exciting. You put pressure on defense, like you said. I like to keep the ball out of the air, especially at Broward. It's the boneyard over there. To hit one out of Broward, you really have to be a man to hit one out of there.
So even in this day of launch angle and everybody driving balls to the fence, you still think the philosophy to win in baseball is to move runners over and hit and run and to be able to obviously squeeze a guy in when you need to?
My philosophy is line drives and ground balls win games, especially at the high school level where the fielding isn't quite as good as it is at the college level, and the kids aren't strong enough to consistently hit home runs. I know Javier Baez took his launch angle down from 11% to 9% and had a career year. So he actually lowered his launch angle and had a career year. And I think, line drives and ground balls are going to make things happen.
That'll do it. Coach, I had a question for you. You talk about launch angles and this new age philosophy of Major League Baseball and down the line. Do you think that some of these new metrics, like exit velocity, have hurt the game?
I think it's hurt the younger players. I do. I think we see nowadays more younger players hitting the ball in the air, and they're just not big and strong enough for that yet. These home run hitters, a lot of them, when they came into the big leagues, they weren't home run hitters. That's not how they made it to the big leagues. It's once they got there, and that's when they learned how to hit for power. Nowadays, so many people trying to hit the ball in the air, and I don't see balls flying out of ballparks. I don't. I see a lot of fly balls, a lot of guys jogging back to the bench. And, from what I understand, the scouts are looking for that exit velocity, but they like to see it driven into gaps. That power will come later on.
Right.
And I think Nick Castellanos, maybe he had 4 home runs his senior year at McCarthy with us, and he was a first rounder.
Sure. And how much do you think the game, to me, I think the game's kind of cyclical where it runs in stages and then it kind of comes back around. And I think it's only a matter of time before speed comes back around and we start putting the focus back on that aspect of the game. It always runs kind of in stages. And right now we're in a power stage, but it's really going to be dictated from the major league all the way down. And it usually takes 4, 5, 6 years before it gets down to the high school level. Now it has. So do you see it maybe turning around again, and maybe even at the MLB level where they go back to the speed game?
I sure hope so. I think the speed game is exciting. You know, there's less stolen bases nowadays, less of the hit and runs, like you said. But nowadays the guys are so much stronger. They if you watch their home runs, a lot of them, they're not getting all of it. They can miss-hit a ball, and it goes out of the ballpark. I know when we were younger and growing up, that wasn't the case. You know, I think Reggie Jackson led the league in home runs one year. I don't even think he had 30. I think 29
right,
or something.
30, right. And the ironic part is the teams that are winning, the team that won last year was the team that led the league in putting the ball in play in the Red Sox. So even in this era when everybody's looking for launch angle in the home run ball, it was the team that put the ball in play the most last year that ended up winning it all at the end.
That makes a lot of sense to me. Put the ball in play. Obviously, when you strike out, you're putting no pressure on the defense. And a lot of the strikeouts are even on balls that aren't in his zone. So, yes, putting the ball in play has got to be number one.
And again, folks, Anthony Utariello in the booth with us from HSBN and interviewing Coach Bielski. And it's been a riveting interview. Coach, we're hoping maybe you can spend some more innings with us and maybe call a little action with us.
Well, I don't know. You don't want to invite me up here. I'll be bothering you guys.
Well, you know we work regularly with Steve Hertz, so you know if we can work with Steve, I'm sure we'll have a ball with you here in the booth.
See that
Wow, that's a legend right there.
Yes, he is.
Steve will be with us this Saturday when we broadcast the final game of the season for Miami-Dade College.
I'll tell you, Steve has been around so long. Steve was coaching at Miami-Dade Wilson when I was playing at Dade North under Doc Maneri. So he's
Why are we not surprised, Justin?
he's quite a legend right there.
Steve Hertz is the Kevin Bacon of baseball.
He is.
So, Coach, are there any differences going back to the college? Do you find yourself having any more or less free time in your off season than you did at the high school level?
I have a lot more off time now in the off season. I'm not the head coach. I'm an assistant. I'm a volunteer assistant.
Right.
So, you know, it's a whole different ball game. You know, you're not as responsible as you are as the head coach. The kids have to study. They have workouts, weight training workouts. They have study halls. They have things that I'm not involved in. And so that's really freeing me up, and I do have a lot of extra time on my hands now.
And I've talked to a bunch of coaches, and even me myself, I've been a head coach, I've been an assistant coach, and I enjoyed assistant coaching better because I felt like the players responded to me more. I didn't have to be as much of a disciplinarian, and I could just do my job of coaching. Do you find that also?
100% correct. There's no doubt about it. You don't have to be the bad guy. You can do more teaching. It's strictly baseball. Anything that's off the field, grades, GPAs. You know, this guy's having a problem with a teacher, or he's skipping a class, or he's got a behavior issue. You're not dealing with any of that. You're not dealing with scholarships or recruiting. It's strictly your assistant coach. You go there, you're coaching them up for a few hours, and it's the best part of the game.
Awesome.
Wow. And that one hit hard up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit.
Well, Coach, I know you came out to watch the game. I'm going to let you get back into the stands and watch the game. We appreciate you stepping in with us. Obviously, it was a great honor for us to have you in the booth, and good luck the rest of the year over at Broward College.
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity. I do miss you guys. I have tuned in to some of your other broadcasts, and I'll continue to do so. And I appreciate the opportunity, and I look forward to stopping by some other time.
All right, Coach, thank you.
We are so glad that Coach Bielski could take some time with us. Very generous with his time. Excellent interview from Anthony Utariello, as usual. We expect no less from Anthony.
So here's Alex Romance at the plate.
So leadoff hit for Connor O'Hara. Great start for the Raiders here in the bottom of the fourth. We have a courtesy runner.
We do a little hard to see the number from here, but
6th grade and take it off. He's playing
know it's not 11, as that is Isaiah Hood.
All right, same thing.
They're not putting the pitcher on
Get
first.
it, get it back as it is.
He's got it. He's got it on his fridge.
Josh Levine doing a great job on the cameras tonight, as typically that would be my job. But tonight we're letting Josh Levine do it, and boy, is he doing it to it.
Mason Gates, possibly Mason Gates. Very hard to read
We're
the
going to
number.
guess number 10, Mason Gates. I wish he would turn around.
Yeah, very hard to see that little number.
He's
in
doing
front
his
of
job, and he's focused on the
You want me to get Anthony to ask him? You know, these guys will usually do anything Anthony tells them, so maybe I'll get Anthony to ask him.
The courtesy runner for the catcher, Connor O'Hara.
And he's got a good lead over there, and Chaminade is
Checking
very
him
much interested in his whereabouts.
Checking him again, Jay.
Well, this is the first inning that they've had the leadoff runner on by way of an error in the last inning.
And Chris, that's the second time Ronaldo, the first baseman, has tried that little deke play where he runs away from first base, acting as if the ball went into the corner.
I think it is Mason Gates on first.
Yeah, we're just going to safely assume. It's not number 11. I know it's not.
Goes to bunt. It's a beauty, but foul. Just foul.
See if we can turn around and flash the center field real quick. We'll see where how he turns.
No, they'll turn the other way.
Another count 1 and 2. Count 1 and 2 on Alex Romance. Alex, who walked back in the second inning.
He was stranded on third.
Here's the pitch. Struck him out swinging! What a pitch! And Alex goes down on strikes.
At the plate, shortstop number 4, Jimmy Thies.
Here's Jimmy Thies, the shortstop, who flew out to right field back in the second inning. The inning where it seemed the Raiders were threatening to score.
Snap throw to first base. He's going to be back in time, just barely. Manny Salazar, the field umpire, has had his work cut out for him on these plays at first base.
Oh, they don't want to see the pinch run and Mason Gates get into scoring position, Jay.
My concern is that Manny's arms are getting tired from that safe motion, and he might just go to the easier out motion. We're just kidding. We love Manny. Manny is by far and away our favorite umpire, mostly because he assigns all of my umpires.
In the count 2-0.
We love Manny.
In for a strike.
On the outside corner for a strike. Count 2-1. Beautiful pitch.
2-1 count for Jimmy Thies. Mason Gates on first.
Mason Gates. Confirmed.
Okay,
Mason Gates, your
confirmed.
pinch runner, number 10. Officially. He's a bit late on the call there.
Runner goes. No throw.
Walk it in.
Oh, wow.
Stolen base by Mason Gates.
A stolen base from Mason Gates there, and a runner in scoring position for the Raiders with only one out here in the bottom of the fourth.
A base hit could score the tying run here. Guys, we're in the bottom of the fourth inning. How did this happen?
Game's just been cruising along. He walked him.
Ball 4.
Well, St. Thomas last inning had some hard-hit shots. It looks like the second time through the lineup they're getting a better look at Rosado, and I really expect them to bust through here.
But I
Two
think
on.
Rosado might be the type of pitcher that is almost like the kryptonite for the St. Thomas lineup, because he's a little bit crafty. He doesn't throw that hard. His ball moves around a lot. He's kind of a pain in the neck.
Yeah, classic junk baller.
For these Raiders.
Well, he's hanging in there, Jay, and he has pitched himself out of a couple of jams earlier on in the game. So.
I think the Raiders would much rather have a 92-mile-an-hour fastball than have to deal with this all night. Hit on the ground, foul. Another breaking pitch, and a good one.
The last two innings, the Raiders have had base runners, Jay. But Rosado's handled himself very well and gotten out of the jams both times.
He's handled himself well all night, Chris.
Absolutely.
This has been a good performance. It's just a question of how many innings he's going to pitch because, as we said in the onset of this game, he has pitched more than double the amount of innings as any other pitcher on this Chaminade Madonna Lions roster.
He's clinging to that 1-0 lead.
Coming into tonight, just to refresh everybody, 39 2/3 innings pitched. The next closest pitcher is Dominic Rodriguez, who pitched 18 innings. So,
He's definitely putting in the work.
And not only that, Chris, to further the point, and maybe Emilio can throw the stats up there and really drive the point home, the pitching stats. 95 1/3 innings total pitched coming in, of which Rosado has pitched 39 2/3. That is almost 40%.
That's the lion's share of the workload, for sure.
And there they are, and we'll get that off the screen so we can see the action. Fastball up high.
You know what, Jay?
Throw that back on the screen, Emilio, so everyone can see.
Coach Dan Scott has a lot of confidence in Rosado, and he's giving him the workload.
So as you can see, folks, on the left side of your screen, 95 innings. And he did swing. Someone from Chaminade asked him to swing, and he obliged.
He caught a piece, though, and he stays
caught a
alive.
piece of it to stay alive.
Boy, I'll tell you, it's a tough crowd out here tonight, guys.
It is. 2-2 count.
We're gonna put the ejections over under about 6 tonight. I'm going with the over.
I think it's going to be 0 because I think we already would have seen like 6 ejections if there were going to be any. Big pitch here. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And first base is occupied, so that is 2 outs in the inning.
And here's Mr. Salmon again, our spotlight player. Let's see if he can come through this time.
That is 5 strikeouts for Rosado.
Salmon has struck out back in the second inning. Is it Salmon or Salmon?
Salmon, I believe.
I mean, how do you say the fish?
Salmon.
Some people say salmon. Some people say salmon.
Some people don't eat it.
I personally like it. A little bit of teriyaki on it.
My philosophy on fish, Jay, is there a reason it's at the bottom of the ocean?
Salmon's not at the bottom of the ocean.
Well, it's somewhere in there where we can't breathe.
Can't argue that one, Chris. Boy.
The logic is infallible.
And I'm from New England. I'm not a seafood fan.
Big sweeping curveball in for a strike. He has Salmon all twisted up, guys.
He's got that curve working tonight, Jay. Rosado is in command up there.
You know, the thing is, Chris, every time that Rosado throws the pitch for a ball, Salmon swings. Every time he throws it for a strike, Salmon lays off. He's got him completely turned around right now.
Very deceptive.
What's he going to throw him here? Runners go. Big swing and a miss. He struck out the side. Rosado strikes out the side. And he gets greeted by his entire team on his way into the dugout, including assistant Amalio Coleman leading the charge. Unbelievable. Salmon has struck out twice tonight.
He looks like Kevin Youkilis. He had that big beard when he played for the Red Sox. So at the end of 4 innings of play, Chaminade Madonna Lions are hanging on to that 1-0 lead. Behind the beautiful, brilliant pitching of Miguel Rosado.
Emilio, put up the batting stats again. Show everybody the batting stats.
Jay, Rosado has 6 strikeouts in 4 innings, and 3 of them came just now in the bottom of the 4th. 3 of them just came in the bottom of the 4th. He is on target with that curveball, and he is fooling Raheem Salmon, who has 2 strikeouts in the game.
Well, on the other side, Hood is throwing the game. And also pitching very well. He's only given up 1 run. And ordinarily, 1 run given up in 4 innings would be a wonderful performance.
So there's been a plethora of base runners on both sides, and only 1 run has been pushed across the plate. This is a great game. Some clutch pitching when both teams need it. And unfortunately, St. Thomas gave up a 1 run. It seemed like it could be 10 runs. With the way Rosado's pitching, I mean, he's in solid command from a pitching standpoint with 6 strikeouts and 4 innings.
Chris, if this wasn't high school baseball, I would say Rosado is going to pitch the first game.
Here's Alfredo Hurtado, the second baseman. He's 1 for 1 on the night with a stolen base. That was left up high.
Gaming Nell wants to know, Chris, why there would be 6 ejections. I guess he came in halfway through the conversation. That was a conversation due to the fans and the rowdiness of the fans. It was not ejection of players. No.
No, we were talking fan ejections, my friend. I was thinking these St. Thomas students here on the third base side of the field getting a little mouthy earlier on, and so far they've calmed down because their team is trailing 1-0. But some noise being made here on the first base side of the field. The Chaminade Madonna Lions fans. We got a packed house here, fellas. We failed to mention this, that we do have a capacity crowd on hand for this barn burner.
We do.
And a leadoff walk to Alfredo Hurtado. And Jay, just remind the crowd what usually happens with leadoff walks.
They come around to score almost every time.
And with Chaminade on top here, 1-0. This additional run that could come around, it just set the margin a lot further apart for St. Thomas to get back in this.
It sure would.
St. Thomas still reeling from last night. So if you want to refresh the crowd, Justin.
Yeah, last night was something special. As Brito pitched an incredible game by U Stadium.
Good. So here we go to the top of the order, Fabian Martinez.
You good now?
Martinez 0 for 2 with a strikeout.
Showing bunt. Pulls it back.
Count 1-0. Good eyes by Martinez.
Yeah, you know, it's good.
Making Hood work. You want to see Hood throw some pitches here.
Yeah,
Work
it was
the
when
count.
I undid and redid
The
that.
pitch count's got to be getting up there.
One thing we don't do is a pitch count,
Want to know the count to Martinez?
Here comes the bunt, guys. Racing in from third base, and he bunts it foul into his bench.
We are in the top of the 5th inning.
How did that get all the way over there?
It's fine. It was no. Leave it, Jay. Leave it, because I don't want it. It's shaking and it's. My book is light and dark.
Here's the 1-1.
Runner goes. Here's the throw to second base. He's going to be safe at second.
Hurtado, nice stolen base.
And that's even better now for Chaminade because now a bunt can get him to third.
A 2-1 count, and that Lion bench is getting loud, Jay. With each
We're
passing,
getting asked, guys. We're getting asked. This is an important question. Have we eaten yet?
No.
The answer is no, and I
tell
have to
them why.
I have to tell the audience why. It is spring break. There is no food tonight. No concessions. No hot dogs. No hamburgers. No nothing.
So Jay, since you're up in Broward,
Missed low with
I
that
know a
one.
good place for cheeseburgers after the game.
Well, my favorite is Char Hut. for
We have
Broward.
one.
Yeah,
Right around-
I'm
not
saying
too
for
far from
Broward, my favorite is Char Hut.
3-1 to count.
Char Hut is not in Dade County,
No,
so
we don't have Char Hut in Dade. Swung and a miss.
Late.
Full count.
Do you have a
folks.
Waffle House down there? Do you have Waffle House down there?
no,
How tragic.
no. If there is a Waffle House, it's nowhere near southern Dade County.
I have one right near my house, Jay. If you're in luck.
The hamburgers in our game last night were not up to snuff, and not only that, but they were wildly expensive.
It was the expense. I thought they tasted pretty good. Emilio agreed with me about the buns.
The brioche buns.
Brioche.
Is that what that was?
Here's the full count.
Fastball in for strike 3. He struck him out on the outside corner.
Beautiful pitch by Isaiah Hood. And he froze Martinez at the plate.
I think you got to swing at that pitch, guys. I know it might have been a couple of baseballs off the plate,
3
but
and
in a
2,
situation like this,
Yeah.
you got to put it in play, hit it to the right side, get that runner over to third base, make a productive out.
Yeah, for sure, Jay.
Don't get caught with the bat on your shoulder in that situation. Some of baseball is knowing your situation.
Got to protect the plate. Situational awareness.
That one hit hard, but
That might hit my
foul.
car. Yeah. It went off in that general direction.
An excellent hit if we were on a cricket field.
Count 0-1 to Fay. Fay, who's 0 for 2, 0 for 1 on the day with a walk back in the first.
We are being told to go to Waffle House by the text line.
Absolutely. Follow me, Jay.
Can't just yet. We got a great ball game in front of us right now.
We'll bring the winning team with us.
At the moment, it looks like the visitors, as the Lions still clinging to their 1-0 lead here. We are in the top of the 5th inning. 1 on, 1 out.
Big situation here. Curveball. That's a pretty pitch.
Pitch by Hood.
A backdoor curveball. We haven't really seen a backdoor curveball from Hood tonight.
Now,
What a placement.
a 1-2 count on Fay. I think Hood understands the importance of the situation. He's got to get a strikeout here.
In the dirt. You know, Chris, they have let Chaminade hang around now for 4+ innings.
Or has Chaminade allowed them to hang around for 4+ innings?
Well, despite
That's the question.
Despite
Emilio, put up the stats again. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Despite the first inning, 1-2-3, the Lions have had additional runners on base every inning.
And that one hit hard. Going back. This is going to be trouble. And it is going to be gone. It is gone. Unbelievable.
J.M. Fay with a rocket to left center field.
That ball was hammered to left center field. And he's eating all the way home. We talk about food, and Fay is eating all the way home.
He's saying the big dog eats. What is he, like 5'6"?
Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable shot.
J.M. Fay with a
rocket to left center field.
That ball leads 3-0. Here's the replay.
And that bench is getting loud, Jay.
It is.
Fay was eating all the way home, as you can see on the replay.
Here's Hunter Fiore. 0 for 1 with a
Guys,
walk.
we are in the 5th inning, and Chaminade leads 3-0. I feel like I'm watching USA Russia.
And the St. Thomas fans a little quiet now after that home run.
Yeah.
We spent a good 5 minutes in our pregame show talking about why this will not be a close game tonight.
Right.
And give credit to Chaminade, because I'm telling you, that egg on my face is I'm starting to feel it.
I did not take part in your belief that it would not be close.
I think I was duped.
As almost every game we do is close.
I think Emilio Coleman, the assistant coach of Chaminade, sandbagged me. And I'm going to let him know so.
This game's not over by any means, but the door is closed a little bit. I mean, let's be honest.
You know what? I'm going to take it one step further, and that one hit hard up the middle. This is going to be a hard play. Up and over to first. Ball gets away. Ball gets away.
We give him a hit here.
It is going to be a hit.
I'm going to put that down as a hit.
I'm going to take it a step further, guys, because we typically send Josh out with a camera somewhere midway through the game. And I'm going to make sure when Josh gets all the crowd that somehow he gets Emilio over there. I want to see the expression on his face. Is he smirking? Does he know something we don't?
He might.
Well, this is a shocking score so far, to say the least. They're really going to have to shut it down here, whoever they bring in here. Who are they bringing in?
Pitching change on the way for the Raiders.
That's going to be all for Isaiah Hood.
It is.
And we'll get you his numbers in a second.
Now pitching. Trent Sobolewski. Number 8.
Number 8, Trent Sobolewski.
So number 8, Trent Sobolewski, is going to try to shut the door here to keep it at 3-0 in order to make this Aquinas lineup come to life. You're going to have to keep it at 3-0, though.
This is unbelievable, guys. I am having a blast here. I hope you guys are too. And I
blast,
hope you
Jay. I
folks
love
at
it,
home are enjoying this as well.
Waffle House after the game. I mean, there's nothing better, right?
Yeah, well, Amalio's buying. That's all I know. I'll tell you when to go to my number 4 camera. Don't go to it yet. All right, folks, we're going to take you through the crowd while the pitching change is going on. Anyone want to say hi on TV? Let's go! Cut it, Emilio. Cut it. We'll come back. We'll come back. Excuse me. Emilio. Guys, everybody say hi to the TV. We're live on HSPN Live.
That was fun.
The new pitcher is number 8, Trent Sobolewski. Trent inherits a runner at first base. Jay, we have a correction in scoring. That last hit was taken away. It was an error on Matt Archer, the second baseman. Seemed like a clean hit to me.
These are 16 and 17-year-olds, Chris. Let's see him to make that play.
They got to pick the right music first. So Isaiah Hood responsible for the runner at first. Onto Fiore.
Every once in a while, it's that job. Turn this up.
Score 3-0, 2 runs in already here in the top of the 5th.
If you don't hear any hum, then you're good.
Pitch is outside. Count 1-1. A little quiet here on the third base side of the field. Fiore leads off first, the throw over.
You're going to have to give me a signal.
Trent Sobolewski, tall right-hander on the mound.
Anthony Utariello is going to be heading onto the field for an in-game interview with Coach Scott for Chaminade Madonna.
Pitch is fouled away, the count 1-2.
Better, right?
Coach Scott's got to be pleased with what he sees from his offense tonight, Jay.
Hit hard, but foul. Nice play at third base by Coach Scott. Get him a glove.
Count holds at 1-2.
He might have some eligibility left, Chris.
In a pinch, he might have to come in and play. You never know, Jay. Always wonder, is that the reason managers dress up like the players?
I thought it's because we don't want to take the uniform off.
Hey, you know what? Because the other sports, they wear suits or, you know.
Well, you know what? They say, big swing and a miss. He struck him out. You know, there have been managers that have said, you know, as long as they keep giving me a uniform, I'll keep wearing it.
Makes sense.
You know, you can stop working out. You can let your belly go. You can You can do whatever you want, and as a manager, doesn't matter. You don't have to hit anymore. You don't have to steal any bases.
First strikeout for Sobolewski here. 2 away now. Runner goes.
Curveball. It's going to be a hard pitch to throw him out on. It gets into center field. He is safe at second.
A stolen base for Fiore. A runner in scoring position with 2 outs for the Lions.
And we may have an injury here. You can see several coaches running out on the field.
So Fiore's down.
Not a good slide by Fiore. Kind of rolled over, 1/2 turn and come up kind of lame. He's still sitting there on his wallet. Not really moving. He's all right. Might have twisted something.
Raiders sending their trainers out as well.
There are 2 outs here in the 5th inning, the top of the 5th inning. Chaminade Madonna, the upstart Lions, are leading St. Thomas 3-0. That is not a mistake, folks. For those of you just joining us, the Raiders down 3-0. The Raiders, guys, have lost 2 games all year. 2 games all year. They're 17-2.
I don't know what Vegas has on this game, but I would have taken the dog.
I think, Chris, it was off the board. I don't even think they were taking bets on this game.
Actually, Vegas didn't have anything, but my corner guy in Hialeah had St. Thomas at 5-1.
And most of us probably would have jumped on that.
And I know.
Hey, there's always going to be action. Look at Buster Douglas when he defeated Mike Tyson.
I was watching that fight, Jay. It looks like Fiore's okay. He's going to stay in the game.
He's going to stay out there.
He's going to rub some dirt on it. That's all.
I never understood what that meant. What does that even mean? Rub some dirt on it. How is that going to help anything?
It's more for when you get a cut or a scrape.
It's metaphorically.
You don't put dirt in a cut or a scrape. That's how you get it infected.
Taking some of the earth and metaphorically healing yourself.
Right.
All right, you're both lunatics. I'm muting Emilio. Mute both of their mics.
There's got to be some type
Only
of
leave the orange one on.
In the dirt here in South Florida on the AstroTurf. So
I'm working with lunatics. I got one guy going to Hialeah laying 5-1. I got another one rubbing dirt inside a cut, which is the worst thing you can do to a cut.
Tusa takes a
by
strike.
the way.
It will stop the bleeding, though.
You mentioned lunatics, Jay.
Yeah.
Anyone who's a Chris Lilly fan.
It'll stop your circulation too, Chris.
Tusa with a double back in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 2 on the night.
Best shot prior to that home run by Fay.
A runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
Rub dirt on it. How about rub some ointment on it? Nobody says that. Put some Bactine on it.
Peroxide is too long of a name to use in that statement.
I want to hear someone say, put some Neosporin on it.
The runner on 2nd belongs to Isaiah Hood. We'll give you his numbers shortly.
Did I show my age saying Bactine? Does anyone in this audience?
What that is.
Does anyone in this audience even know what Bactine is?
Have we
you
ever
can text
used it is
in.
another
Feel free to
question.
text in if you know what Bactine is.
I think you made it up, Jay.
Is that Alexa? Why don't we ask Alexa what Bactine is? Pitch is low. Count 1-2.
Well, even though Lisa says on the text line that dirt stops the bleeding. Yes, Lisa. And as I told Chris, it also stops your entire circulation. So no dirt, no rubbing dirt.
In a pinch, you got to do something, Jay.
Big swing and a miss at the changeup. He got him, and that will do it.
So Sobolewski comes in and strikes out the 2 batters he faced.
Chaminade Madonna comes up with 2 huge runs on a mammoth bomb by J.M. Fay. A 2-run home run over the left field wall. And guys, that's more like a green monster out there. That wall is gigantic. It's got to be at least 18 feet, 20 feet.
Here's the line on Isaiah Hood for the Raiders. 4.13 innings pitched, 3 hits, including a home run. 3 earned runs.
Hey guys, I'm here with Coach Scott. Coach Miguel's doing a great job keeping these guys off balance all game.
Isaiah Hood-like numbers here for the Raiders.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Rosado is going to take the mound here in the bottom of the 5th.
He's got to take the mound, Jay. They lead by a field goal, and he's pitching a gem.
As the innings go by,
lot of conviction, a lot of heart.
Rosado seems to get more effective. And that curveball has been incredibly effective. That one right there.
That's his put-away pitch, Jay.
But he has excellent
You know, we
control
talked about
over
it
it,
before the
Chris,
game.
and
We just
he
have to
can
stick
throw
to
it
the
for a
approach.
strike when
Really
he wants,
nice,
and he can
short
make hitters
swing.
chase it when
Drive
he
the ball the
wants.
other way when they
Six
throw it in. Make
strikeouts,
sure
I
we,
guarantee
make
you,
sure
at
we make
least
a
4 or
good
5
swing.
of them are by that curveball.
How big of a shot?
He's fooling them. They're looking at it or they're frozen.
We've got Anthony Utariello at
Yeah, just a really good swing. Like I
dugout.
said, he got a plus count pitch and just really put a short swing on it and was able to get it out of the yard. Keep doing what we're doing. Play defense.
Coach, thank you.
We never.
The Raiders, top of the order, fifth inning. Leading off, second baseman, Archer.
Did he signal you? Or?
Top of the order for the Raiders, Matt Archer. Archer reached on an error back in the third.
And that one hit to short, and he'll make the play.
Got it. One pitch, one out. Just what the doctor ordered.
Archer's hit the ball hard every time he's been up.
Here's Gabe Terry, number 27.
Center fielder, number 27, Gabe Terry.
Terry 0 for 2 on the night with a strike back in the first. I'll tell you, Miguel Rosado is in complete control here. He's got several one-pitch, one-outs.
Can't see you from you can see there.
In there for a called strike. There's that curveball,
1-2.
Jay.
Rosado again on top of the batter.
It's exactly what you want to see of your coach.
That
Dan
one is
Scott.
crushed but foul.
They're making great contact. To get
We're
the
gonna
medal
we're gonna
out
get
of it.
another
Don't foul.
interview in the dugout, as our last interview was a little bit jumbled for you folks back there, and we're gonna get another one for you.
We've got bullpen action for the Lions, Jay. We'll get you a number shortly.
All right. Wow.
Yikes.
I felt that one, guys.
We all did. Warming up is number 8, Dominic Rodriguez for the Chaminade Madonna Lions. I don't see Rosado coming out anytime soon unless he gives up a hit.
Well, we're dealing with pitch counts here, and we've got Anthony Utariello in the booth. Maybe Anthony can shed some light on how the pitch counts work. And that one is rocketed to right field, going back. It is foul. Just foul.
Right fielder slid about
A
12
beautiful
feet.
slide.
12
I mean,
A very
on the
graceful
artificial
slide.
grass.
I got to say, that was balletic.
That was the swan dive
Balletic,
of slides.
That was Wyatt Holland.
And like I said, we have Anthony Utariello. Anthony, can you shed some light on the pitch count for high school? Oh, I'm sorry, Anthony. Anthony just left the booth. We'll get Anthony back in a minute.
Okay.
Our resident specialist.
Count 2-2 on Gabe Terry. I'm not sure if St. Thomas has recovered from the hangover last night.
Popped up.
Popcorn
Rosado
there.
did it again.
In the
Can you
infield,
believe this?
Second baseman's under it.
Every out
Second
is
baseman
just
Alfredo Hurtado on the catch.
it's just one step closer.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 24, Nick Vera.
Justin, can we start counting outs yet?
Here's Nick Vera.
Not yet. Next inning.
All right.
We'll start at 6.
Maybe I'm a little excited over here.
Here's Nick Vera. If they got any shot, he's their guy.
2 outs, nobody on, and they can't seem to get it out
Well,
of the
Vera
infield,
so
Jay.
far has hit the ball hard, but has kept it in the park, and there's that big sweeping curveball.
Flown out to center and right field.
Last one to reach base was Jimmy Theus by way of a walk.
So let's bring back in. We've got Anthony Utariello, HSBN, who's going to let us know how the pitch count works in high school, and one of the reasons why Rosado may not be able to complete this game.
Yeah, guys, so it's a tiered system depending on how many pitches he throws today as how many days of rest he has, but there is a number at 105 that the pitcher cannot go over. So basically what happens is if he does go over the 105, he can start a batter, and if he can finish that batter at the 105, but he cannot start another batter. So 105 would be his drop-dead point for his last batter.
So the point is, it's incredibly important for Rosado to not only pitch well, but be efficient.
Absolutely, absolutely.
A pitch like that is very efficient.
It's not about the strikeouts because, you know, a strikeout, you may have to pitch 4 or 5 pitches. Sometimes it's better to get a one-pitch pop-up. And like that, unbelievable.
He's gotten several of those tonight, Jay. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Rosado!
Shortstop goes away. How's that?
Yeah, I mean, he keeps having 5 and 6 pitch innings. He's not going to have to worry about pitch count.
3 up, 3 down.
Well, we'll see. We'll send one of our people over to see if we get a pitch count on Rosado.
Maybe Amalio might know.
Josh, see if you can get a pitch count on the pitcher. Ask how many pitches has he thrown.
So at the end of 5 innings of play, the Lions lead 3-0. 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 hit being a home run.
Push that pen in my ear a little farther there, Chris. I don't know what's going on with the music here.
They haven't found the medal yet, Justin. However, the medal is right here before you on this microphone.
Can you tell John that time when he didn't do it right, there's still fence? There's still fence.
I want to say it's like Y100, but not quite as cool. Once again, we're going to see Trent Sobolewski.
Got messed up. It was that Nixon board has the same problem each game. Like one.
He came in and got 2 strikeouts in the last inning, and he looked impressive. And we'll see what the Lions can do here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, as the Raiders are now down to their final 6 outs.
The umpire's grabbing some fresh balls. Start the 6th. Ryan Drag leading off. Ryan, number 11.
Leading off for the 6th inning, number 11. That one was left fielder Ryan Drag.
Left fielder, 0 for 1 with a walk, and that walk, you know.
Rosado has thrown 74 pitches, guys.
74.
Very economical. I could see him coming out to pitch the bottom of the 6th.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. He's got 31 left before
there's
it becomes an issue.
74, he should have no problem finishing this game.
Zoom it a little. See up here? There's like a little bit of fence right there. You just got to zoom it a little. Get that fence.
The houses out there. Blowing in. There's a chopper back to the pitcher.
It's an easy play.
Easy.
But right now, that's not on anybody's mind. The offense is on the line.
Guys, this is a defending state champion with 2 losses.
Here's Alejandro Reynaldo, losing number 34.
I have to say it out loud because I'm kind of in shock at what I'm seeing right now. What one
0 for 2 with the sack.
Well, let me tell you. Let me bring some perspective to that though, because Coach Scott's done an amazing job with this Chaminade team, and though their record don't show, they certainly have been progressing throughout the year. And that was something we talked about in the pregame interview where he's getting these guys to start believing in the way he wants to do things as a first-year's coach, and it's showing tonight. Yes. Well, there's certainly emotion involved in this game too. Coach Scott him and his brother went to St. Thomas, and they're St. Thomas guys, so there's a lot of their emotions running deep. Yeah, they made.
What you said, Jay, they're still reeling from one of their 2 losses last night with a 1 hit, and the minimum batters reached, to the plate 21.
Can't confirm that, but that could be a possibility.
The outside corner there.
Coach Cameron.
Count 0-2. Sobolewski, very impressive since coming out. Three strikeouts.
Allen's in for a strike. You got him looking. That'll do it.
Raiders come back to back.
But the problem is, they're not in this.
No, but if he's here, he's there.
No, yeah, but it's already
Is this
too late.
Fenway?
Yes, it is.
We need it.
Mini
here,
Fenway,
so
the
we
mini
can
Green
hear it.
Monster. Right.
So we can hear it.
You know the words. Sing along.
Time it gets here, it could be 30 seconds.
Bum, bum, bum.
I know, but you get what I'm saying.
I feel like I'm
gotta
home.
get
I feel like I'm back at Fenway.
for this.
We're good. Not my favorite song, but definitely an improvement over what's been going on the last hour. Rosado out again here.
This must be the 6th inning stretch.
Well, no, we can cover both. She's either talking about Riley Rosario, or she's talking about Alejandro Ronaldo.
Kids know what this song is about, man. Touching you.
This is what you have to be listening to. Even if
That's more like what we had earlier.
you don't listen to this, I'd rather you listen to that.
No, I'm
Even
not
if
at
it's-
Fenway anymore.
No.
I'm at Tropicana Field.
Riley Rosario.
Riley Rosario leads off the bottom of the 6th. Raiders trailing 3-0.
Wow,
That's a That's a tough pitch to hit, guys. I'm not swinging at that one.
Miguel Rosado out to start the bottom of the 6th.
Big swing and a miss. Justin, can I count outs? Can
Yes,
I?
yes,
Can I
yes,
please?
started. We
Please,
started.
please, please.
Yes, we started.
Rosado in complete control.
We were at
Six outs, 3 runs. Big swing and a miss. He struck him
You gotta
out.
ask yourself, what's Rosario swinging at right there?
5 outs away.
Now batting the catcher number 7, Connor O'Hara.
This should be over in 15.
I feel like I'm in
pitches
a
if the way he's
dream.
going.
I can't believe what Rosado is doing
Here's Connor
to St.
O'Hara, the
Thomas.
catcher.
He had a nice single back in the 4th and stole a base.
Yep.
And you can see that split screen that Emilio was using before.
With a strike for Rosado. Rosado in cruise control. 5 outs away.
I got to
Fine
say,
as
Emilio,
ball.
I'm a big fan of that split screen. I like it.
Here's
Folks-
O'Hara talking to himself.
Folks, if you are just joining us, where have you been? We are in the top of the 6th inning in one of the biggest upsets that we have seen in recent memory. And I don't know where that pitch missed. Justin, I usually say if I'm in center field, I would tell the pitcher, try the other middle.
Just a bit outside.
Outside.
Looked a little out for me, but I don't know. It was close.
Belt high in the middle of the K zone.
He gave him a ball on it.
That one
Big
was for
swing and a
sure.
miss at the changeup.
Lions bench getting loud. Their fans are getting heard out here.
Rosado dominant here.
His command of his off-speed stuff has been incredible tonight.
And he has shut the Raiders down. Got him.
He goes.
Two in a row.
Unbelievable. He's getting stronger, guys.
Yeah, and you can see the pep in the Chaminade, the steps as they throw that ball around. They're starting to feel it, guys.
8 strikeouts now.
On the text line, Kelv Too Smooth, I hope I'm saying that right, says Miguel shutting them boys down.
He is indeed.
8 strikeouts for Rosado.
Very true.
Too smooth. Smooth with the V.
Smooth. Like the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm, JB Smooth.
I smell a lawsuit.
And we have a pinch hitter coming in, number 13
We
for
do
St.
indeed.
Thomas.
So that's going to be Alex.
No pinch hitter.
No pinch hitter. No, that's the same
I'm
guy.
wondering what you guys are
No pinch
talking
hitter.
about over there.
I was given faulty information.
What is this, CNN?
My spotter failed me. And that one hit hard
That one is
on his
blasted
horse.
there.
Going back, and it's off the wall.
Nice
It's going to be a
double.
2-out double. But Justin,
Nice
if you're going to
job.
give up a double, do it with 2 outs and nobody on.
A double for Alex Romance. Brings the
Raiders will take whatever they can get.
Jimmy Thies.
Take any hits right now, and that was a good one.
Jimmy Thies now 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Emilio, put up the batting stats again.
Lions coming out here is
And now,
roaring all
now you see
over
on the
place.
screen the batting stats, and you see the vast difference between Chaminade and St. Thomas. All right, Emilio.
Well, the Raiders now with a
Thank
runner
you,
on
sir.
second, scoring position. 2
Emilio Sierra, our producer, doing a wonderful job. Curveball in the dirt. That's a nice stop right there. Hunter Fiore was all over that one.
In there for a ball strike.
The exact same pitch that was called a ball.
Are you questioning your umpire?
We love you. Lewis Sauer, the high ball. But we love Navy more.
In there for a ball strike. Count 1 and 2. That curveball is devastating, Jay.
Whenever I do that, your mic is on.
Oh, okay.
So if I lean over, you can do that.
So we're off now.
Okay.
In for strike 3. He struck him out, and Fiore spikes the ball back to the pitcher.
Top of the 7th inning. Finally, 3-0.
Oh my goodness.
Count 'em.
A pitching performance for the ages
Finally.
here at St. Thomas. Guys, Miguel Rosado is 3 outs from pitching one of the biggest upsets we have ever witnessed.
Well, Jay, that's why he gets the lion's share of the, pardon the pun, lion's share of the pitching responsibility.
I saw what you did. Guys, in the last 3 innings, he has struck out the side in 2 of them. So it's not just the pop-ups and the ground-outs. He is also getting the strikeouts. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Time running out for St. Thomas. Chaminade will get a chance to add to their lead. Chaminade leading 3-0. And guys, if you've noticed on the scoreboard, it is 3 hits for Chaminade and 4 hits for St. Thomas. So St. Thomas has out-hit Chaminade tonight, but sometimes it's not how many, but when you get them.
Yeah, absolutely, Jay. And that's not the big number on the scoreboard. The big number is that 3. The 3 runs for Chaminade Madonna. They are turning it on here late in the game. And like you said, Rosado's getting better, getting stronger as the game rolls on.
I thought he said we were off.
Now batting number 24. Second base.
You're only off when I take it out. What?
Well, obviously, but you made it seem like when you take it out, that's it.
No. When I take it out and put it back in.
That's
A check
chopper
swing.
right back to the pitcher.
Fires it to first.
So Jack Clark.
I could hear my producer Emilio say, "Oh no!" So I think Emilio might be rooting for the underdog here tonight.
I've been exposed, Jay.
Third base number 3, Fabian Martinez.
I don't know if I'd say that too loud.
No, not sitting on that side of the table. So here's Raheem's Salmon. Is this Raheem Salmon again?
No.
No.
This is
We've had
Fabian
change.
Martinez. No, this is Fabian Martinez.
Oh, 2.
That one hit hard but foul. You know, guys, one thing we noticed in the last couple innings, the crowd has become increasingly silent.
Especially on the third base side here on the field, Jay.
We were hearing some difficult to listen to statements over there.
Better than the music. Except for Skinner.
Yeah, the chatter
That
has
was
just
good.
died down. The life has been sucked out of the crowd of the home team
Yeah,
here.
the
being
air
trailed
has
3-0.
been completely sucked out of the stadium. You're absolutely right, Jerry.
Play some Miley Cyrus.
Emilio calling for Miley Cyrus.
Oh, wow.
Somebody help this man.
I guess somebody stole the medal out of there. Count 1 and 2 on Martinez.
Popped up, out of play.
There's about 10 foul balls on the track to our right.
I think it's like 75%. I think it's okay. I turned it off.
Here's the 1-2.
Curveball popped up, out of play. Good at bat here for Martinez.
Making Leibovitz work here. Sobolewski.
Fabian has been spoiling some good pitches here.
Getting a good look at it on that triple split screen. You left that one alone. That's a good
Martinez.
eye. Martinez 0 for 3 tonight. He struck out twice. Struck out once looking, once swinging. Grounded to third. And that one hit him. It's the first hit batter we've had tonight. Gets to first the hard way. If I hear one person say rub dirt on it, I'm going to lose it.
That's only for skin abrasions, Jay, not bruises.
Now batting shortstop number 19, J.M. Fay.
Here's J.M. Fay, who had that monster home run back in the 5th. That really put this game out of reach for the Raiders.
He's got to be feeling real good right now,
Yeah,
Chris.
he's got a runner on base just like his last at bat, Jay.
Big lead. Snap throw, back in time. I never thought we'd be saying this, but we're in the last inning with a 3-run lead for Chaminade. Emilio, whatever you do, do not replay our pregame show. That one hit hard in the hole. That's going to be a base hit. 2 on and 1 out for Chaminade.
Base hit.
Fay hammered it up the left-hand side. Split the infielders. Got a on that one.
The Lions are not done yet. Roaring into this 7th inning with
I see
a
what you
3-0
did there.
lead.
Chaminade doing exactly what they need to do. They need to knock down some runs here with that lineup coming in the bottom. An insurance run would be great here.
Still feel good about Rosado coming in with the lead that he has. He's in complete command. He's got everybody fooled on that
Runner
curveball.
goes. Here's the throw to third base. He's going to be safe at third.
Double steal.
And double steal.
Heads up base running by J.M. Fay right there, Jay.
This is big, guys, because that run, that insurance run at third now can score in a variety of ways. There's only one out. And now a base hit scores 2. Can you imagine a base hit and Chaminade being up 5-0?
Well, we can imagine they're up 3-0.
Insane.
They're not done yet, Jay.
Good. And you can hear the dugout, Chaminade's dugout. Curveball in for a strike. That's a good pitch. Fiore not happy with that one. Fiore has had a good night tonight. 1 for 2 with a walk. Dugout talking to Fiore right now. Time is called. The infield, guys, is in. And what do we always say when the infield is in? It takes a 250 hitter and makes him a 350 hitter. Hit hard!
Oh.
That's going to be a base hit! 1 run will score! Here comes the second run. He'll stop at third! Another base hit! Another run! Are you serious?
Sobolewski becoming...
Even the feed me sign at first base.
Here's the replay. He ripped it. You can see his arm go in the air immediately. He knew it was going to be a hit. He knew it was going to be an RBI. And an insurance run. It is now 4-0.
There's the run.
Easier at
It's
the bottom
still
too, because you can see it.
See if he gets his name right. Fourth at bat.
I can't believe what I'm watching.
Domino. Domingo, sorry.
Chaminade now leads 4-0. A huge insurance run for Chaminade.
This is the away team, so.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Missed with that one. Infield is back, guys. They're hoping for the double play. Big swing at the changeup. That might be wishful thinking right now, because even a ground ball doesn't guarantee a double play, and he'll score another run. I don't know. I wonder if you should play the infield in here. Runner goes. Popped up. It's coming to us. Where's it going? The catcher. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Connor O'Hara made a late call for that one.
Late call indeed, but really heads up by the catcher there, checking both runners. Made sure that guy didn't come home from third.
You shut us off. Huh? You shut us off. No, no.
All I told you before was when it's out, you can't talk.
I can't tell.
No, no, I do it all at once.
I thought because that mic was on that we were on.
Yeah, the instructions were confusing to the point of being unnecessary.
Both of us. Gianni Tusa with a double and 2 strikeouts.
Ripped down the left field line. That's going to be a hit.
Fair ball.
One run will score. Rounding second and on his way to third. He'll be in easily. It's an RBI double. Chaminade pouring it on.
To the point of being unnecessary.
Both of us.
It's now 5-0. Here comes the replay. Thank you, Emilio. And again, arm raised in the air as soon as he hit it. He knew it.
Right down the third baseline.
That one hit hard but foul. You know, guys, one thing we noticed in the last couple innings, the crowd has become increasingly double. It is 4 hits in the inning. Guys, they only had 3 hits. Chaminade had 3 hits coming into the inning.
New pitcher for the Raiders, number 22, Tim Cunningham. Yes. Yeah, I guess that's a designer drug for the kids these days.
Indeed it is. Can't you just get Adderall over the counter?
No. No, I think it's prescription, but they seem to like to enjoy giving it.
But
to
when we're
kids.
done here, we'll take you to a Walgreens and see if it's possible.
I know adults who are on Adderall, so it's like for anybody.
Now batting left field number 11, Ryan Drag.
Ball gets away. Good.
Whoa. Family show.
Oh, we had a South Miami situation there, Justin.
Nah, just for a split second, it was much different.
Yeah.
South Miami was a chant over and over and over again. It's an unnecessary chant.
Unfortunately, we do not have a profanity filter on these microphones.
Or we would have used it last night with the music.
Justin, did you order that profanity filter?
I did not. I felt it's part of the game and it takes away from the ambiance.
Popped up.
Popcorn.
This should do it. And again, the catcher.
Wow.
Oh, and it was a collision, but makes the catch.
A communication breakdown.
Lions get 2 runs on 2 hits.
But they make the play.
Seventh inning. Lions 5.
The first baseman catch that one?
Yeah, Alex Romaine was late in calling off O'Hara, but was able to make the catch, and that will do it. But 2 huge runs for Chaminade. Chaminade now leads 5-0. You are watching HSBN Live. And Rosado is coming out for his swan song.
We go to the last of the 7th. The Raiders are down to their final 3 outs.
Yeah, Justin, I think we can start counting. We've got 5 runs needed and 3 outs to get it in.
It's not going to happen.
Trailing
Rosado on the mound.
Trailing 5-0, and guess who? The pitcher, the player of the game, Miguel Rosado, coming out for the 7th inning.
Has he broken a sweat yet?
No.
He's moving in slow motion as if this is like no big deal.
He's moving just like his curveball. Smooth.
Did you say smooth with a V?
No. I don't want us to get sued.
He says no.
Now, Jack Clark, number 34, is going to lead off the last of the 7th inning. Whatever you want. Little conference on the mound before we get underway. Yeah, they should.
The right fielder, number 34, Jack Clark.
They should play something morbid for the 7th inning. Never mind. Same as the other stuff. They should worry more about their hitting than their entrance and walk-up music.
Well, you never know. Maybe the walk-up music hypes them a little bit.
No, I haven't heard either.
It's not going to hype them up 5 runs worth, Jay.
No.
Not with the way Rosado's pitching.
And there's a beautiful pitch somehow missed.
The plate moved on that one, Jay.
So Joe Luciano
There it is.
says St. Thomas has not lost on their field since April 27, 2016 to Coral Glades in a regional quarterfinal, and St. Thomas has not been shut out at home since a 12-0 loss to Nova on March 6, 2012. Which, if you think about it, most of these players, beautiful pitch, most of these players in 2012 were in grammar school.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that is some fun-filled facts. We want to thank Joe Luciano for that.
We are on the heels of a rude awakening, Jay. The Raiders are about to be brought back to reality.
Off that one up high.
Full count now to Jack Clark. Clark is 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout.
Curveball in for strike 3. He struck him out on a beautiful pitch. Are you kidding?
Clark was stunned in the box. He had no idea. He's on his way to first base.
Cinderella waiting for midnight and midnight not coming.
Leadoff strikeout, the bottom of the 7th. Down to 2 outs to go, Jay.
Salmon has been taken out for 14. Get that information out.
Max Goldfine.
Max Goldfine, that looks right to me.
Max Goldfine, the hitter in place of Salmon. Whoa!
Right back at us.
Thankfully, we have that fence in front of us. Again, good metal.
Yeah, whatever fence company that St. Thomas used, I'd like to hire them or at least recommend them to anybody that needs a fence. Curveball off the helmet. Took a couple steps towards the pitcher, and you could see Lewis Sauer. Yeah,
Matt Archer.
Top of the order,
Here's the
Matt
replay.
Archer.
And now Goldfine going to take a seat. As again,
and you can see the replay off the helmet, and you can see Sauer take the steps out.
No? Not Mason Gates on first? No.
5 runs behind is St. Thomas. 2 outs remaining. Fastball just
11
missed.
Isaiah Hood pinch running from Max Goldfine.
Justin, we are in a 5-2 ratio right now.
Double play could end it.
Just missed.
Just low for a ball.
Tension in this crowd. It's like everybody came to see Superman and Superman's losing.
He's stuck in the phone booth.
Look at that curveball. Oh, just missed.
Just missed. 3-0 count.
Rosado better start throwing strikes, preserve
count
this
to
shutout
Archer.
here.
Miguel Rosado 2 outs away.
Might be showing signs of tiring here. Let's get some balls over the plate and get that one over with.
There's the fastball right down Broadway.
Count 3-1.
That one missed.
Walked him.
Ball 4 to Matt Archer.
And that's going to be it for Rosado.
I don't know. I don't know, Chris.
I know, Jay, this is not the inning you want to start to come undone.
Oh, he's clapping.
That's it.
He's clapping on his way out. That's never good.
So a big round of applause for Miguel Rosado. He'll get you his numbers in a moment.
You can hear the fans.
They hit
from
the road,
Chaminade.
Jack, with the 5-run lead.
Yeah, that is strange to play that music right now. They are playing Hit the Road, Jack. Well, I guess that's good riddance, right, Chris?
I might play Thunderstruck from AC/DC.
No,
because
don't
the
ask for
Raiders
that.
have
That's
been
how we get
thunderstruck
copyrighted.
so far.
Please don't ask for that one.
Can't have copyright problems anymore.
Thunderstruck is a guaranteed copyright infringement. I'll be up till 3 in the morning if they play Thunderstruck.
See if we get a number on the new pitcher here.
They bleep out Ray Charles' lyrics on this? He's got the backup singers? Apparently.
Yeah? It's now on
I guess I can't get sued for that. Now let's get you the numbers on Rosado, who pitched an absolute gem. The new pitcher is number 8, Dominic Rodriguez. Not Domingo, but Dominic.
It is Dominic Rodriguez.
Four hits. Gave up 4 hits tonight, Chris.
I don't think he cares. It could have been 20 hits as long as the score
And,
is what it is.
and 10 strikeouts.
Right.
Jay, put that in perspective. They were batting .374 coming into this game.
Emilio,
And they only
put
have
the
4
stats on the
hits.
screen.
.374 into this game, and they're held to 4 hits.
Okay, the official line on Miguel Rosado. 6 1/3 innings pitched. 4 hits, 0 runs, 10 Ks, 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base.
Yes, Jerry, that is correct. 374 as a team, as you are seeing on your camera, on your screen, folks. Thank you, Emilio. Again, Emilio Sierra, our producer, doing a fabulous job tonight, keeping up with all of the nooks and crannies of our program, giving you split screen action and graphics and everything your heart desires.
So this is Gabe Terry at the plate.
And that one gets
Almost
away.
hit him. The runners will both advance.
Not
First
the
runners
start they
advance
would
in the
hope
scoring
for.
position.
No.
Don't look now, folks, but St. Thomas starting to get a little confidence.
2 on, 1 out.
It really doesn't matter if either or both of these runs score. He's just got to get after the hitter. Terry 0 for 3 on the night. There's the fastball.
Just
And
missed.
Missed somewhere.
That plate keeps moving, Jay.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, and the catcher has...
Some sharp words for the catcher.
Yeah.
He's jawing late in the game.
So Coach Scott now asking what's wrong to home plate umpire Sauer. The catcher must have said something. And now Scott pleading his case.
I think Scott's telling him if there's a problem.
Scott might have a problem here because Sauer's chasing him down.
Yeah, Jay, the catcher didn't say anything, but he did turn his head. He did turn back, and the umpire took offense to that.
The words of the home plate umpire.
It would be the equivalent of showing up an umpire, and now Manny Salazar has to get involved. Manny, the crew chief.
Okay, but an apology is made by the catcher. It's all good. It's all good.
You don't
Got
want
a
to
little
be
heated for a second, but it's all straightened out now.
Did he slip him a 20, Justin?
I don't think he slipped him a 20. He just apologized. He didn't mean to show him up.
Pretty sure he slipped him a
He
20.
slipped him a
He's
yodel
so
or
excited.
something, a
He's so
Twinkie.
excited. It looks like they're going to get their 6th win of the season.
A couple
He
of
doesn't know
ring
how to
dings.
react. It doesn't happen often enough.
Count 3-0.
But he's apologized multiple times to the umpire.
Apology didn't help on that
I
pitch.
wouldn't
Still
be
called the
making
ball.
comments here in the bottom of the 7th inning when you're 2 outs
You
away
gotta
from
feel
winning.
bad for the pitcher here. He's saying, I didn't do anything.
In there for a courtesy strike.
How come I'm the one that's on the bad end of this?
Count 3-1.
Well, he can't afford to walk him here.
All we're seeing here is
Loading him
fastball,
up.
fastball, fastball, and he's not locating, Jay.
Missed it.
Oh,
Loaded him up.
The tying run is now in the on-deck circle, guys.
Players have bases loaded.
And here's Nick Vera. Not the guy they wanted to see.
All right, folks, let's reset everything. It's bases loaded, bottom of the 7th and final inning. Chaminade Madonna with an unbelievable 5-0 lead.
And
There
Nick-
is one out.
Nick Vera would love to get his first hit of the night right here with the bases jacked in the bottom of the 7th.
That's it.
There's a nice pitch.
Well, maybe the curveball will work. Fastball's not working. Who's got a strike already?
Don't need it.
0-1 to Vera.
Curveball hit on the ground.
Short.
To second.
They'll
They
get
get the one, and that's a nice play. I got to tell you guys, a nice play on both sides. J.M. Fay made a nice play going in the hole, and then
run
Alfredo
scored.
Hurtado.
One across.
Alfredo Hurtado made a nice play to get the out, and let me tell you, they will trade an out for a run at this point. Will Chaminade, but they get the lid off the basket, and Chaminade does score a run.
Yes, they do. 2 outs.
And that run is charged to Miguel Rosado.
Yes.
So he has given up 1 run.
St. Thomas gets their first run of the game.
So runners on the corners, 2 outs.
We have a pinch hitter for Riley Rosario in the number 12, Otis McDuffie.
All right.
McDuffie hitting over 300 this season.
Wait,
So
he's coming in for Vera?
not your typical.
Rosario, the next batter. Yeah, he's coming in for Rosario. Pinch hitter.
How many times you see your number 4 hitter get pinch hit in the bottom of the 7th inning, guys?
We want to continue the hit parade here, Jay. Now that Rosado's out of the game, St. Thomas feels like they have a chance. With 2 outs, trailing by 4, runners on first and third.
We also have a pinch runner at first base for Nick Vera.
McDuffie hitting 344 this season. Nice to have a 344 batter on your bench, especially considering Chaminade doesn't have one in their starting batting
Good
lineup.
problem to have. This game has gone 3 hours.
Chris, get him off the fence. Chris,
Hey.
get him off the fence.
Hey, young man. Be careful, okay? Thank you. Huh? It's on technically on TV, not on Comcast, but you can watch it.
Runner goes already. He is gone.
That takes care of the force.
Vera over to second. Archer's still hanging out on third.
Defensive indifference there. I won't give him a stolen
Oh,
base.
it is most definitely defensive indifference, Chris. That is the epitome of defensive indifference.
Just everybody scoring at home. 2 outs here, runners on second and third. Raiders down to their last out.
Tense situation here, down 4 runs. Curveball.
In there.
That's a
Beauty.
beautiful
Full count.
pitch. And what a time to bring out that curveball. Takes a lot of nerve.
He's having trouble locating the fastball, Jay, based on observation. So the curveball is working for him at the moment. But I don't think McDuffie's going to get fooled by another one. I think with a full count, you have to swing at it. You have to protect the plate.
Yeah, but will he get a good swing on it? Did he swing? No, he did not. They're calling it ball 4. We'll take a look at the replay.
Working for him at the moment. But I don't think McDuffie's going to get fooled by another one.
And I'm taking full credit. HSBN Live sprinkled the pixie dust on this game.
They're going to re-air the pregame?
Our producer Emilio said he did go around.
Fans on the left-hand side are starting to stir over there, Jay.
And I believe him. I believe Emilio.
Tying run at the plate, 2 outs. There's no way to put him.
Overthrowing. He's overthrowing right now.
They needed to go out and settle him down.
Connor O'Hara.
Here comes shortstop.
1 for 3 on the night.
Shortstop gonna have a chat with him.
Have a
Try
chat.
to settle him down.
Challenge him. Throw him a strike.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, 1 ball in the batter.
Play at any base. You got nowhere to put him. You have to throw strikes here.
So J.M. Fay trying to calm down Dominic Rodriguez
He's
here.
going to sit on a fastball.
Missed
Just
inside.
missed inside. Wow. Almost got him.
Well, I got to say, we just watched the replay again on that potential third strike, and it was marginal. It was marginal. We got to give Sauer the benefit of the doubt on that one.
2-0.
Big swing and a miss at a ball. That would have been ball 3.
Now 2-1 now.
Big difference, 3-0 and 2-1. There's the curveball, and it's a rocket into center field. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. It's 5-3. It's 5-3.
2-1 score on a single.
The tying runs at first. The winning run now has come to the plate somehow.
Pinch runner number 11.
The Wicked Witch of the East is coming in and destroying this fairy tale.
Rosado, almost an afterthought here.
Chaminade has been living an absolute dream in this game, and all of a sudden, St. Thomas has put themselves in striking distance. It is 5-3.
Here's Alex Romance, 1 for 2 with a walk, but that 1 is a double, which came in the 6th inning.
Now batting, Alex Romance.
2 outs, runners on first and second.
McDuffie at second.
A play at any base.
Just inside.
Ball 1.
O'Hara at first.
How many times can you run up and tell him, throw strikes?
The text line is asking for Miguel to come back, but he's not coming back, folks.
He's not.
He is not coming back. I can say with a surety he is not coming back.
Jay, we can see now why he has about 40% of the innings pitched for this team.
Another curveball missed.
Count 2-0.
The pressure getting to everybody out here.
Oh, they get
Everything
loud
on the
now
line.
on the bench.
No noise. coming
Historical
from
sense.
the right. No noise.
Everything.
The Lions side getting kind of quiet.
Low.
They are scared.
I mean, you do have a base open, Jay. What do you do here?
It's 3-0.
You might take.
Chris, it's the wrong base that's open.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. But, I mean, you could walk him here. You don't want to walk
Just
him.
because one of the bases is open doesn't mean you walk him. Fastball in for a strike.
He's doing a pretty good job of it. 3-1 count to Alex Romance. Runners on first and second, 2 outs.
3-1 the count.
Go ahead runners at the plate.
Fouled out of play.
Fouled away.
All right, guys, so now with a full count, Chris, what's going to happen here?
Full count with 2 outs. I mean, they're running on contact.
They're running on the pitch. So the runner at first is going to get a huge head start. So any ball in the gap may score the runner at first, which is O'Hara, or a courtesy runner.
Here we go. Here's the pitch.
Here's the biggest pitch of the game. Big swing and a miss! He struck him out! Chaminade completes the victory! Unbelievable! Chaminade Madonna has accomplished the impossible.
What a win.
The final score is 5-3.
What an amazing game by
But the score is
Chaminade
irrelevant.
Madonna Lions. And the Lions have roared the Raiders.
You have witnessed history tonight, folks. All the history that you can imagine.
The handshake at the end of the game, good
And
sportsmanship all around.
Can you believe it?
Closest
Raiders
we came
crowd.
to the fight was the coach and the umpire. The kids kept it in control the whole game.
And the Lions' faces are set to stun as the crowd here is stunned by the last 2 games.
Our own Anthony Utariello is on the field and will be interviewing, we can only assume, the head coach, Dan Scott, and the winning pitcher, Miguel Rosado. 10 strikeouts for Rosado tonight.
Can't do it anymore.
Unbelievable performance by Rosado. And Chaminade hangs on by their fingernails in the 7th inning. It'll go down as a 5-3 victory. Where's Josh? I gotta go down. Where's the ladder? I don't know. You gotta find it. Hold on. Josh. I need Josh. The camera is off. Can't do it.
Tell him to come here. Tell him to come over here.
Come here.
Tell him to do it with this camera.
This camera.
This camera. That one's having a problem.
Anthony.
Little more. Little more.
Get him on both sides.
Yeah.
Everybody to your right.
No, to your left. Everybody to your left. There you go. We're good now. Looks good.
Our own Anthony Utariello. What is it?
Yeah, that phone over there is not on. The phone over there is not on.
All right, guys, we're here with Coach Scott, JM Fay, and Miguel Rosado. Guys, huge win for your program tonight. Coach, you have to be overjoyed with the way you guys played tonight. Talk a little bit about the emotion you're feeling right now.
Yeah, no doubt.
Do you have the audio?
Showed up and played with a ton of emotion. I really want to see.
Is the audio on? You got to turn on the phone. No, the app. You got to turn on the app. It's not on. Turn on the app.
Okay, hold on. Let's get this right. Now we're good.
Our own Anthony
Miguel,
Utariello.
you were the hero tonight on the mound, man. You were in control of your off-speed stuff. Everything was working for you against one of the better hitting teams probably in the entire state. So talk to me about your approach and how you felt out there on the mound today.
Oh, I felt good, honestly. I mean, I did pitch against another good team, Calgary, and they did give me up 2 homes, but I learned from that game, honestly, because
St. Thomas, another team also won states. That game helped me basically learn what to throw against these guys, to throw them off balance and get a lot of good game today.
At what point did you know you had your best stuff? Because you had them off balance the entire game. They didn't know what was coming, fastball, curveball. Your changeup worked real well. At what point did you know that you were in control here?
When I knew when I was in control, I probably would have been when I struck out the side. I think it was the third inning. I'm not sure. That's when I knew. All right, this is my game. No one's going to touch me the rest of the game. And then the next inning, or the one after that, I struck out again the side. I was like, all right, this is it. My stuff's on. I know what to throw to these guys.
JM, man, they were telling me they call you Big Game Jam today. Obviously, a huge at bat. You guys won nothing. That took you to 3-0, and it looked like you guys just kind of exhaled after that. Like you kind of at that point knew you could win the game. So talk a little bit about the approach going into that at bat.
You know that bad. I saw a couple curveballs, some off-speed pitches, and I was thinking he's not going to go again with another curveball. So I sit fastball, look at my pitch, and just drive it, get something going. And sure enough, we got a huge 2-run home run to put us up 2-0 in such a big game.
Coach, we talked before the game about the process and everything you were doing. A game like this could be not only a season changer, but a program changer because, I mean, these guys are state ranked and nobody expected you guys to come in and do what you did today. So how does this advance, the confidence and everything that you guys got going down the stretch here?
No doubt. We just, like you said, we really got to stick to our approach and just a great team effort. One through. I think we used 14 players today. So just going out there and doing their job. I told the guys before the game that you're going to get a chance. When you're called on, you need to do your job. And that's what we did tonight. But definitely, all respect to those guys. I love those guys in the other dugout. Been great friends with those guys for a long time, and just a great win for the program, like you said.
Miguel, you were pitching in a 1-0 game most of the game. When JM hits that home run, how much does that change your approach on the mound and allow you to now you have room to make a couple mistakes, which you didn't, but you have room to. So talk about that home run and what it did to your psyche on the mound.
So basically, when he hit that home run, I'm like, all right, so that gives me a little more room because when it's 1-0, I got to not miss my spot. If I miss my spot, the game would basically change. But when he hits that home run and he makes it 3-0, it gives me a good thinking where all right, I can ease up a little bit, not be so tense, and have some breathing room to throw the ball.
Sam, talk about from a player's standpoint what this means to your confidence. Obviously, you guys are going into the playoffs in 2 weeks, and now you know you can beat anybody, and you've already played with Calvary, and you know you can play with them. So what does that do for your confidence moving forward?
Oh, it boosts our confidence big time, knowing that we can hang with a team that's ranked not only safe but nationally. Knowing that Class 4A's has a bunch of loaded teams, and it just gives us confidence knowing that we can go and compete with anyone, and that we're not the underdog anymore. Even nationally, we're not going to fight. We're going to keep on fighting.
Last question, Coach. You guys up 5-0 going into that bottom of the 7th, and then St. Thomas started coming on a little bit. At any point during that inning, did you get worried, and there had to be a little bit of a worry once they loaded the bases there at the end?
No, you just give the guy the ball, give the guy you have confidence in, and Dom's a great pitcher. He pitches in big spots, those great pitches, and really, he's just a bulldog. That's what we always say about Dom. Give him the ball to start the game, or give the ball in the 7th inning up a couple runs, and he's going to go out there and he's going to grind. He's going to get the pitches done. So,
all right, guys, we'll go enjoy with your teammates, and great job.
Thanks,
congratulations. Thank you. All right, guys, we'll send it back to you. That's it from Chaminade.
Upsetting St. Thomas tonight.
That'll do it here from St. Thomas. That was Anthony Utariello with head coach Dan Scott and our player of the game, Miguel Rosado and friends. Unbelievable. Chris, I don't know how to put in perspective what we watched tonight.
Oh, an unbelievable pitching performance by Miguel Rosado, who had 10 strikeouts on the night and didn't give up a run until he was out of the game. It was a phenomenal pitch. His curveball was working for him. He was able to put away a lot of batters, a 1 pitch, 1 out, and like I said, I can't say enough about his curveball. When they swung at it, they missed, and when they held back, it was a strike.
It wasn't just that he had a good curveball tonight. He mixed in his fastball. He mixed in his locations. He had St. Thomas off balance all night tonight.
Yep.
And he really took away their will to win the game.
And it's my firm belief that St. Thomas is still reeling from what happened last night. and it didn't seem like they recovered very much from it tonight. Although the last inning, it had some productivity to it, but it took Rosado to get out of the game. And he wasn't knocked out of the game, Jay. They took him out because he walked the batter, and he hit. I think it was a hit by pitch or something like that. But he had enough at that point. He was right near his 105 pitch count threshold. They were going to take him out anyway.
Well, I think the coach, Coach Scott had basically said to himself, you know what, this kid pitched one of the best games that we've seen. Let's not overdo it here. It looks like he's had enough, and it ended up being the right decision. So hats off to Chaminade, hats off to Coach Scott, and hats off, most importantly, to Miguel Rosado, our HSBN Live player of the game. 6+ innings, 10 strikeouts, an unbelievable performance. Folks, it has been our pleasure to bring you tonight's HSBN Live Game of the Week here in Broward County. For myself, Jay Hayback, and for everyone here, and I will go through our list because the list is long, and we'll give everyone a chance to sign out. Christopher Firmino.
Thank you, everybody. What a great game.
Justin Bresner.
Thanks, Jay. Another great game. Another great HSBN game. It was worth the drive up to Broward, which usually is not the case, but I have to say in this one, it was worth the drive.
Josh Levine.
Was another great one out here, thankfully, and I enjoy being here with the broadcast network.
And Jerry Skelton.
Yes, sir. It was great to be here. Their first loss at home in 3 years, and we were a part of it.
And last but definitely not least, our own Emilio Sierra.
Hey guys, it's been a pleasure signing out for SFBN.
All right, for HSBN Live. So thank you, Emilio. And Emilio got his letters crossed up, and we'll keep him as our producer for now. Thank you, Emilio. For everybody here, we want to thank you, the viewer, for watching tonight. It was our pleasure to bring it to you. The final score for the final time, Chaminade Madonna defeats the Titan St. Thomas 5-3. Thank you, everybody, and good night.